What is going on, guys? Happy Metal Mondays Light. Can y'all hear me? Let me get the comments. Crazy Roach. Hey, I haven't forgotten you, buddy. I've got your address. Everybody, the two from 2 Fridays ago, while I was getting your guys' address, and the ones from this past Friday will go out tomorrow. You guys will get tracking. Paul Mills, what's up? Funland, howdy and welcome, buddy. Five Door, what is up? Crazy Rose said hey to him, our channel member buddy. And we got Paul Mills, channel member, and Acid Test Kids is in here. Neil McKenzie, Kathleen, good evening. Angelo, what is up, my buddy? I saw you earlier, I think, over at Rob's. We got Donald in here. Welcome, Donald. Good to see you. And Space Ghost. Space Ghost was in here early. I checked earlier today when I was getting my fire ring. I was trying to choose between two Hellfire looks just for Metal Monday's sake. And my other one looked like this, but I thought it was a little too busy. That may be kind of sweat. But I did find some cool ones for like regular Friday nights. I like the blue ring because it kind of goes with my jam. And then I've got this funky ass glowing square. But for tonight, we are going with Hellfire. So is everybody doing good? Todd Carr, good to see you, buddy. Marisol, channel member, and Todd Carr, and Nazar Life channel member, all three of you guys. Good to see everybody. Paul Mills, saw you earlier, seeing you again. We got Ground Fog, a channel member. Snow Trogs slipped in here, channel member. Good to see you, buddy. Who else has slipped in that I might have missed? Neil McKenzie's been a member for 9 months. Neil, I appreciate you so much. You have no idea. And you guys are all awesome. The fact that anybody takes 8 to 15 minutes of their day to watch my content, guys, it's humbling. I mean, because I'm just a knife dude. I mean, I came into the knife game, as you guys have heard the story ad nauseum, during COVID when a lot of people did, and I met some early creators like Lefty and Kyle over at God, why can't I ever remember Kyle's channel? Don't tread on me. And those guys, and Bearded Gear, and people that were just so welcoming, like Big Red, Zach Stuff, who's just epic. Just really, really good people. So I'm humbled that you guys even consider me in that group. Whoa, I've got some kind of issue happening. Does my sound like shit, guys? I just had feedback. And the last thing I want is y'all to be hearing crappy sound. I want to talk to y'all about a couple of really cool knives, and then I want to get into my pet peeve. My Instagram has shit the bed again. T-Fetch, what is up? Good to see you, brother. Funland, it's good to see you, buddy. I don't think I've met you before, but I'm glad you're here. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you're not offended by crazy, sometimes bad language. It's not totally child friendly, but we're not totally blasphemous either. This little knife is one I really want to talk about tonight, and we'll look at it because this is a knife. Take a step back. So I fell into Mr. Designs through that damn Black Magic practicing Lefty EDC when he reviewed this Cypher knife about, 8 or 9 months ago. It's a real thin, full-size TRM-like knife, made by Best Tech, OEM by Best Tech, came with carbon fiber scales, has a really low-profile flipper tab, and as you guys, if any of you know me, I'm not, usually a flipper tab only will disqualify me from being interested in the knife. But anyway, I took a chance on this, and I'm glad I did. It's M390. It had carbon fiber scales. Mr. sold these scales for like $70. They're still on the site. And they also make a Cypher D, which is this exact knife in a drop point blade for people who don't want a Tonto. But it's a real nice compound ground Tonto, but not super aggressive, right? So it serves me for EDC stuff. Blue Wrench, Todd Carr. Hold on, buddy, because I'll lose my train of thought, but I'm going to go to my other chat here. What happened to the Blue Wrenches was you got yours back. It was something that I overreacted to a Instagram post I saw from Bearded Gear, and it just made me think that some people were getting bullied from certain people, and nobody knew who the people were, but people were getting put in timeout, our buddies, and I just wanted to start fresh. But anyway, this is the Cypher D. I picked this up, was so impressed that I went way out on them. And guys, I bought these knives, full list, had nothing to do with them. I am checking this out, but I'm sending it to Lefty next. I got it before him because I think I'm pronouncing it wrong, Mila, who's the son. This is the son and dad operation, Mr. Designs. And this is the Zero. This is, again, has two things going against it on paper that would normally keep me from saying, I'm not interested. It's a button lock and it's a flipper only. But what I like about it is it's totally minimalistic. It's the quintessential gentleman's knife. It literally drops under your seam if you're wearing khakis. And then what's amazing, if I could do anything on it, I would maybe put a jimp or two, but I think the reason they didn't put any jimping was to keep it zero, i.e. clean, but you don't need it. This thing springs out. This is an M390 blade. It is super thin. Both of these are flat grinds, by the way. And the button action on it is next level. I took it apart. It's got a really cool track around the blade or around the pivot. Makes the button just amazing knife. Aluminum, M390, super thin. So when I had a chance to check this out, Wayne Sharp World sent it to me. I got snuck in on it. This is the Phantom. And we'll look at it in a second, because I'm going to buy one as soon as I get cash, because they're priced very right. QSP's the OEM. It's a smaller knife than the two other full-sized Mr. Design knives I have. Let me get it started. Just to give you guys a better size idea. B Shady, what's up? Goondocks, Pedro, everybody. I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm just in a thought. We'll get to it in a second, and I'll say hey again. So it's even a little smaller than the Bug Out, right? So I'm going to call it medium. That's to quote my buddy Christine over at Women Carry Knives when she talks about not really a small knife, like a fifth pocket knife, not really big enough to be medium. It's medium. For me, my hands, as you guys know, it's kind of a medium large, right? It's like 3.5 inches here. So it's not a big hand. Like Maddie's hands, a lot bigger. They always give me a hard time on making knives look big when they're really not. But if y'all know, I hate front flippers, right? That's a big no-no for me. This front flipper is done as well as any, and it's actually pleasurable to deploy. But more importantly, the thumb studs are just cash money. For the regular flip, the reverse flip, they all work. And then you look at the way the knife's made, it's titanium. Get it in black. We'll look at the two color figurations. The hollow ground, QSP, keep in mind, is the OEM. Still very thin, because Mr. one of their, at least the design elements in the two knives I own and this one start out thin. And this thing is an absolute razor blade. And it's got a splinter digger tip. Well, I don't have my screen up. And I'll get off this rant in a second, because I've got a couple other rants. But the tip on it is so acute, you could easily pick a splinter out. Action's next level. And guys, if I'm not mistaken, and let's just look. Now, Bestech made the other two, which makes sense that they would be a little more expensive. But the Phantom, which is available now because they took the revenue from the Cypher, which I think are still in stock, and the Zero and bought these so that they could drop them. So these are being dropped now. They're dropped. They're live. And they're $205. Hold on a second. Let me show you. Jim Miller gifted 5 memberships. Jim, I'm going to come to you in 1 second, buddy. Let me cancel this and flag that so I don't forget. And let me share this. I apologize, guys. I'm very spacey, but I seem more spacey when I'm trying to do several different things. So this is the Phantom, the one I just showed you guys, right? I don't know if you can see that, but $205 available in the big blasted, which I just showed you, or the black. I really like the black. I'm struggling to determine which one I'm going to get, knowing that they'll offer scales. I'm almost thinking I should get the satin. That way, if I want to get black scales, it'd be black and satin because it wouldn't look really good in reverse tucks. Not in my mind. But guys, this knife is hollow ground. It's comfortable. Thumb studs are money. Front flippers money. Just done very, very well. And the other 2 knives were a little more expensive, but they're bigger knives. So the Cypher D is right here, the drop point. The actual Cypher, the one I got, is right here. And that's how they came. And they were higher at $275. M390, carbon fiber, best tech. The Phantom is 20 CV. I think it's 20 CV. It is QSP hologram 20 CV. Yeah, it's 20 CV. And then the Zero, if I'm not mistaken, was 280 or 285 for the black. And it was, I want to say, M390. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mr. Mister. For example, when I bought my black scales, I said 70, I was wrong. They were $85. I also bought some pivot collars so I've got blue, green, and purple. I didn't buy them all at once, but for $15, I just have it so I can change out the knife because I like it so much. If you wanted to, you could just go ahead and buy it, titanium, right? And then this was their first knife, I guess, that sold out that I was never aware of. But I point them out. I have no affiliation with them, have no discount code. I just communicate on Instagram with Miha or Mila. Let's look at what his real name is. Hold on. Because I want to get into Instagram here in just a second, too, because that's got me pissed off. Motherfucker. Hope it's been long enough for me to say that. Let's see if I go to home, go to my profile. That should allow me to now go to Mr. Mister. All right, I'm going to share one more time, and then we'll get back to talking. I don't know why I pulled up the story. I didn't want the story. I wanted this page. So there's some pictures of it. There's a Zero. What I was going to show you guys, I think Tri-State took these pictures. I could be wrong. Just a really, really nice guy. That's him and his dad. I met him at Blaze Show, and I'd heard about him because Lefty had him on one night on Lefty Live. Y'all might remember him. I want to say he's 21, maybe 20, and his dad, I think his dad designed the Zero. He designed the Cypher. They both worked together on the Phantom. The reason I point them out is, A, I would have no problem recommending any of the knives to my closest friends or family because I think they're good knives. You know, if you just hate a flipper only, you probably don't want it. But it's such a gorgeous knife. And if you hate a flipper only, the Phantom, if it's not too small for you, is cash money. And they're a family business, and I just like supporting small businesses. I want to say my shipments come out of Memphis, but I could be wrong. Where are they? And if you're not following them, guys, I'm just going to drop it in the chat because I like following cool companies that bring out new shit. Tickle Me Cheeto, my little Elmo buddy. But I like to share things because you guys have shared a lot with me, like Keennison blades, which I'll look at every day and just drool over those knives. There's so many good knives out there. But Mr. Mister is doing it right, and he's using good OEMs. For the QSP, he wanted to be able to bring this one in a little less, and at $207, guys, I can tell you I've not taken it apart yet, nor have I done my review. I'm going to do that probably either after the live tonight or tomorrow, because I want to try to ship it to Lefty by Wednesday or Thursday, so he can go ahead and get a review on it and do his thing to it, put skiffs in it. But it's just such a refined little slicer. The blade, to me, is my jam. You've got a good sharpening choil. You've got a hollow ground that really brings that tip, and I'll show it to you again in person. You can see it here, but it really brings it down to just a little scalpel. So for detail cuts, or slices, and they're ready to go. You know, if it was somebody that was interested in one, trust me, in my unboxing and me carrying it in 2 days, I'm buying one. If they get close to selling out, I will beg him to hold me one and hope that he will. It's a great knife, guys. They are great people, and the only reason I support them, and in all transparency, the only reason I support anyone on this channel, whether it be human beings or it be EDC products, is because I've bought them with my cash at least once, probably every time. There have only been a couple of knives that have been gifted to me from a manufacturer, but it's knives that I'd already had experience with, because instead of responding to inquiries coming in about partnering with me, I only reach out to certain companies. That's why I don't have a lot of, you know, and hopefully that'll change maybe with Kaiser, a lot of free knives for giveaways and stuff like that, because I'd love to do more giveaways. I'd love to be able to do, you know, because the way between you and me, any knife that comes in that's not something that I'm just blown away by, I want to make it available to you guys. That's what it's all about. Good night, Lord Needham. Congratulations, buddy. I won't even expand on that, but you are walking in the raindrops, my buddy, right between them. I'm sorry I didn't send back your bag, but I'm glad you got several others. It's just sitting right here. I noticed it today, and it was just like, damn, Paper Tiger, what's up? Brother Craig, what's up? Channel member Pedro, what is up? But no, Pedro, misclick bans are different than this, because I think we've all misclick banned people. I know I have. I've probably misclick reported people and then brought it back. I think I did that once. I know Snow Troggin, but you know, that comes to a point to where it might have to be every other week. That's why I'm trying to get a couple of relationships solidified with, like, and Blade Show this year will be big for me. I'm only going to go probably one day, and I want to meet with like 4 or 5 companies that I like. CJRB, I want to meet with Russell at Artisan Cutlery. I want to meet with my friends at TRM, just because I always like meeting with them. I want to meet with Kaiser, and because I've always been a Kaiser fan. That was my collection for a year and a half. I don't think Civivi would probably want to talk to me, but I'm not looking for a lot. I would just like somebody to, you know, let me review a couple of their knives and then make them available for a giveaway, or partner with me like Bosty did, which I thought was great, because I had to do nothing except post a picture, do a giveaway on Instagram where my friends, my channel subscribers, get value from the relationship. And most importantly, they're knives that I use or used extensively. Today, I still have a Civivi Quiddit that I love. I still have a Vosteed Nightshade Mini that I bought with my money that I haven't been able to give away yet because I love the knife. It'll eventually get given away. But the point is, I still love budget knives and talk about budget knives. It's just lately, the knives that have come through my table, because I buy them all or trade for them, have been because my kind of knife trajectory or flaming arc, whatever you want to call it, has kind of changed a little bit, right? So my channel, there's a lot of videos that you could find libraried here, but it's really more watching a guy like you guys who kind of got sucked into it. And I don't say that in a bad way, but because of the knives and then stayed for the people, and how that journey has kind of taken me from CRKT CEO and a penguin and about 6 other knives that I just loved, and they're still as good as any knife really that I have, to Benchmade's. My first trail was this right here, and it got stuck in shipping coming from Louisiana from Knife Works, and I was bummed. So that shows you I've gone through a lot of stages, and I love watching content of people who have ascended past that. It's just, to me, it's fun, right? And I probably wouldn't still be doing it because it does take a lot of time, but it's a labor of love. But I do it because I love not only live streams, because these are just one-way conversation. It's me ranting, trying to read, and you guys know I suck at that because I've got a squirrel brain. But being able to see some of you at Blade Show, knowing that if I live long enough, more and more of us will be able to meet at different shows. And that's just so good to have people that I talk to daily, that we text each other, that little community. I think as we all age, we keep a tight circle by nature, and we have different rings in that circle, is the way I look at it. And my circle of trust is more extensive. I'm more weary too, so don't think that, but there are people like Maddie in here, or Jim Miller, or Todd, or Tickle Me Cheeto. I just trust unconditionally. I don't have a reason to, other than I know their spirit because I feel like I've just been around them so much. So there are people in my daily life that that really make my living when I'm working. A lot of business relationships that I'm close with, but I don't have the camaraderie. We don't share, even though me and a couple of the guys, he likes knives, but he's more of a poo-poo guy, and we go poo-poo together. And we talk about stuff, but it's not the same. And what I love about this is it's not as much just talking about this, right? It's talking about just life. And Instagram's bullshit, for example. Let's see if I can see my account status. I don't think I can on the desktop, and I've got my phone. Let's see what happens if I go to profile. I think it'll take me to my other profile. See, I've got a John W.E. profile, which was my personal, and then I added my my knife flicks, or whatever I call it. Yeah, Javon's knife flicks. So I added that, and then let's see. So if I go, I get to my profile more. Let's go to settings, and I'm going to show you guys where to check, because I would not have known to check this had I not seen John Russ, his post on EMP EDC. He's the EMP EDC buddy. Kathleen, I'm doing well, girl. I hope you are doing well. But when I saw his post, I went and checked my account status, and I noticed that I had 5 posts flagged. The last time this happened was the day of the Nashville Knife Show. But when I opened my Instagram to post, I was greeted with a message saying that I had limited reach due to blah, blah, blah. And I just went in and deleted them, which I should have appealed them like I did this time. Because everybody went through it. Everybody got through it. It was just an algorithm change or some filter change. No harm, no foul. But this time, I haven't been getting any notifications that I had any issue with my account, right? I don't post on Instagram as much as a lot of people, but John said, check your account. So I did, and I noticed, I'm going to share the screen, and I did this on my phone, so it looks a little different on your phone. So you go to your phone, you click on your little icon, and you go up to the right corner, and that's the lines that are settings, and then you scroll way down like this. and you'll come to a thing that says account status. I've got green checks now. Content is not affected right now. It was affected 15 minutes ago, so maybe my appeal went through, or maybe it's not showing the same thing on my phone than it is on. And guys, squirrel brain, if you're not, do yourself a favor and go follow my neighbor over in Gunnersville, Dustin Driver. I bought a knife just like this. I've got it just to show you. Check this out. In my back pocket. How do I stop sharing? That is a Driver Defense, USA made, outside of Gunnersville, Alabama, Splinter in 63 HRC. It is a breacher. It is a Slurpee saver, and it is a coupon shred. And this is his sharpening. So let's go back to before I forget why I was showing you that. Let me stick it in my pocket without jamming it in my ass. Let's see here. Share. And then if you guys like following knife makers that do cool shit, and you might not think cool shit's what I think is cool shit, so that's okay. But this guy makes slip joints. He makes, if you look at my reviews and search Driver Defense, you will see two. I did one folder that I've never seen the material that it was made of, which is called semiconductor. Let me show you that knife. Can y'all see this? Hold on, let me get down to his folders. So this is the slip joint he just made. Yes, it's a modern slip joint. If you're out there pocket metal, because he and I talked about it. But he does a very, I mean, he's a little small craftsman. I mean, he's a good guy. I've met him several times at shows. This is where he lives, where his shop is. That's the Gunnersville Park. My bad. But what I wanted to show you, this is when I went to Nashville Knife Show, and this is the knife, the Splinter I bought. But going towards the knife that my buddy A to Z bought that I reviewed, that is made in, I think it's semiconductor. Let me get to it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's right here. That's not finished. That's it when it was being built. This is it finished. Can y'all see that? That is titanium. And this material here, this inlay, and this inlay here is semiconductor. But I want y'all, and y'all should watch my review, not because I want the view, because to see how smooth this knife operates. Look at the grind. All done by hand, and check this out. And my buddy bought this, so I can get it back in the channel if y'all want to look at it again. But this is a guy that lives 50 miles from me who's been making knives long before I was in the knife game. And they're everywhere, guys. They're talented, talented people that I think I'm probably only aware of maybe 1%. I hope y'all found that cool and not boring. Let me get back in the chat because that's something I never do. And I'm going to scroll up. Everybody's just saying, hey, I love that. Tori Casey, what is up? Channel member. Nice Edge, what is up? Channel member. Brian F, what is up? Your fire sticks are looking fire, man. Let's look at those. Let me do something. I think I can find them. I know we're in some group chats, but let me just go to see if I can find Brian. Because I'm a ferro rod guy. I said fire stick. That's because I'm brain dead. But these are some of the most sweet looking fire sticks, ferro rods, Duh. What? Let me get to it. Those are nice guys. That looks like walnut. I don't know if it is. Let's see, maybe USA. They look great, Ryan. I'm gonna definitely have to get one from you. Ferro rods, check them out. What? Why did it move on me? That must be part of the story. But yeah, go check out Brian's page if you're not. I mean, I know all you guys follow each other. We all follow each other. But there's some good ones out there. I always feel like if you're going to do stuff that we're going to do anyway, right? Get it from somebody that's in the community, that's really in the community. And I say that very generally. And I'm not going to expand on that, but when I say really in the community, I mean, I shouldn't say anything, invested in the community. And I don't mean vested economically. I mean vested with time and empathy, right? So, yeah, that's all I mean. So, yeah. Yep. So what am I missing in the chat? Oh, I'm going to show y'all something else I got today that I waited for about 56 days because it got stuck in customs. It is the MagSafe Neptune. What? Do this. Value. Let's share Neptune. Boom. So this is, and there are 4 variations, right? I think this is the XO4A, the drop blade. They've got a dagger blade, and they've got a serrated blade. So these are your 3 blade styles. But they're made out of SLD Magic, which is a kitchen steel from what I've been able to learn. We go over here and we search this. So there's a lot of articles on SLD Magic, and I guess this is who makes it. Again, it's an OTF knife, right? One thing that I learned about this knife when I did the unboxing today, I don't know if y'all have had a chance to see it. I don't blame you if not. But it is very, very slicey. And it's got this treated, it looks to me like if y'all have looked at an MBK slayback, or if you've looked at a MBK Turbo with ZDP 189, the way it's wrapped, this has got like a core and it's got a wrap around the cutting edge. And I cannot detract it with my thumb because I've got a short thumb. I have to go up here and get on the side of my thumb. That's just part of my jam with OTS, except for the Pulse ODF because John tuned it for me. But that knife, when it comes back in stock, guys, what's up, Chef Rocky? If you guys like OTS, or even if you don't, it is a Sanmai style, Jim. You're right. I think that's the technique, right? Sanmai is when they wrap. I'm not that familiar with it, but it looks just like that. And it's not even like any of my NDKs are. It's just like it's done. But for $108, even though you're ordering it from China, and I imagine retailers will get them in. I imagine White Mountain will get some in, and they don't mark them up. But I look back to what Max Ace did with the Black Mirror at $148 and M390 titanium, and then they came back with the knife that I'm not as fond of because of the shape, but the Meerkat, which was S90V in titanium for $198. So they make $800 banger knives that are huge, that are just intricate as can be, and they're also making what I think are well-made knives with high-end materials and offering at a very, very good value. Again, I'm not an out-the-front guy, but I saw this on Metal Complex's review and couldn't resist it for $108. He thought it was, the greatest thing since sliced bread for the price, just how it compares to all other OTFs. And it's got very little side-to-side, very solid lockup. My only mini gripe is the spring strong, but that's what you want in an OTF. Because, man, this thing flies out. I just wish I had the thumb strength, and I might need to start working out my thumb to pull back where I don't have to side back it. Satisfaction, you are number one, my friend. And you know how your money's not good with me. But you are first in line. My Journey, what is up? Good to see you guys. Hey, Night's Edge. I appreciate it. Are y'all following Night's Edge? I think everybody in here is. Great content. And guys, that's the key to anybody that likes knives and wants to talk about knives online. There is absolutely no reason not to just start by making a video, because your personality will eventually get comfortable and you'll be you, which is what I'd recommend. Some people aren't them, but you can be you and you'll have a lot of fun doing it. And I just encourage people to do it because different perspectives. I hear Metal Complex say it all the time. This community and YouTube is big enough for everybody. This is the short that I love. Let me get the page though. All right, I'm going to drop a link into StreamYard just so hopefully you guys, if you're not, and I'm going to share short with you. And I don't know about y'all. Transparent Knives, what is up, Brian? Welcome, dude. Michael Up Church, what is up? Hey, guys, I want to continue to give you guys bangers because I can't carry them all. Not even close. So, yeah, y'all go check out the Night's Edge. I'm going to pull up a short real quick. Where'd my linky go? I thought I shared a freaking link. There it is. Boom. All right, so this short I thought was good. A lot of his shorts are good, but this one's the one that shows up a lot. And then I'll get the metal music off because we've done that enough for Pocket Metal. I've got my new favorite track. Isn't that great? Well done, dude. See, I can't make content like that. The only content I can make with shorts is me literally opening a knife and closing it a knife. And I try to do between 4 and 8 a day. And for 4 days straight, I got not anything over like 150 views. And the only reason I do my journey, hold on and we'll go check you out. Um, I the last 2 days, and usually it's fixed blades, but I've gotten back over because I average about 2,500 views, and I get nasty comments. But you guys know I don't read comments, not because I don't love y'all. I just don't have the brain power for it, and I don't want to read a bunch of negative bullshit. Double D10, good to see you. But yeah, shorts were working, and then shorts went totally cold for me. But I kept posting them because I want to keep consistent. Kathleen, I am literally, yeah, I mean, I'm every one of you guys and gals. I mean, I'm a basic knife liker. I enjoy them. Uh, didn't always enjoy them. I always had knives, but I was never my I guess you'd call it brain anomaly allows me to focus on a lot of different hobbies. Like I'll do smart home stuff, hard and heavy for 4, 5, 6 months. I'll do guitar stuff, which has always been kind of a constant, but I'll do it in hard little batches. When I did knives at the beginning of COVID, I figured it would be a 6 month, year endeavor and I'd lose interest because I lose interest in everything. It's the way my brain's abnormally wired. Keeps me challenging myself, but you know, it is what it is. But the people came along, right? So it became to me much more. I just want to remember your channel name, My Journey. It just became so much more to me than sharing knives. And I like, hey, Kresk, and I like sharing knives. I don't do cut tests. You got people like Brian who is policing the entire industry with what should be done. You've got the Stasses, you've got the duties, you got people out there putting these knives through their paces. But the bottom line is, and if you read my description, my channel is really just to talk about how knives make me feel, right? I carry them every day. I carry 3, and I might open 2 boxes. I may break down some cardboard. I may have to cut down part of a bush, but I'm not hard using my knives. So to me, the things that are very valid points to a knife being a good knife just aren't of optimal importance to me. And I feel like a 20 CV blade to me is as good as anything I'll ever need. So I don't ever want people to look towards my channel for scientific reviews. There's plenty of people who do that and do it well. I'm just a user, an aficionado, addict. I like sharp shit. I really do. And this knife, guys, is great. This is my favorite Mr. Mister designs yet. And that would make sense that they're going to get better. But it'll be definitely a designer to watch because I have a feeling at some point Mihal will be doing it himself, maybe with his own children. But yeah, let's go to my journey. I would love you guys to find new channels because I'll be honest with you guys. I love watching people like Rob's Nerdy Knives and Wayne Sharp World, even though I'm not as into the content necessarily all the time, but I am into learning what and how people are different and what they do, right? So it helps, I think, any of us be better. My journey, why can't I get to your channel? Are you on YouTube or on Instagram? Or are you on YouTube, buddy? Humphrey, you're exactly right. They're art to me. And that's why I like carrying them. And I don't ever discredit anyone like my buddy Scotch and Things who carries his knives, beautiful knives, to cut through metal straps. He uses the shit out of his knife. And is it under my journey, buddy? Is it just my journey, one word? But he uses them hard, and I appreciate that, right? But for me, when I'm watching live streams, I will sit on the couch. I will tune my knives. I like to play with my knives. I like to try to make them better. I like to just enjoy them. All right, my journey. All right, buddy. We're going to go see what you got going on. And we're going to get you. Well, I will attempt to get you some people to start watching your stuff. I'm not going to ask you what DLP stands for, only because it's so obvious. I just don't know it. All right, I found 3 my journeys. Let me find my journey DLP. And I put in my journey DLP. How many subs you got, buddy? My journey DLP. That's what I put in. How many subs you sitting on right now? Nice, Sedge. I appreciate that, buddy. I mean, again, I'm truly humbled that y'all watch my videos. My production quality is terrible. On the other side of my computer, I've got a little tripod that I use my iPhone for everything. And I did, thanks to JD for EDC, get a better set of wireless mics. El Cap, does that mean I'm reading it backwards? All right, 62. Let's see. GLP. There's 50. It seems like it would pull you up directly where it wouldn't show me all of my journeys and then there's subnames after it. What are you doing at? And guys, I know it seems like I'm not paying attention, but I'm just trying to multitask. Here it is, 67 subscribers. And I'm not subscribed, so now I am. All right, I want to share this with you guys. Just to see if we can pick up some subs. And if y'all don't like it, you can always unsub. But he's got a lot of long form content. A lot of processing information. Oh, and he's got cat attacks. I love cat videos, guys. I'm a cat dude. But yeah, I want y'all, if you don't mind and if you're interested, go sub to my journey. Here's the link. And let's see if we can get him over 100 subs maybe before the night's over. I'm going to even pin this. Let me go. And then I'll get and try to just focus on the chat because I don't want to be compared to Urban. And I love Urban. But if I'm doing something like Urban, my subconscious tells me I need to do something better. So I'm going to go back up some in the chat. See, I don't see timestamps. Okay, that's where I talked to Chris. Hey, Maddie, I'm on your team for getting Post Malone to like your video or your knife because I am, as crazy as it sounds with my musical background, I think Austin Post Malone is one of the kindest, most misunderstood and talented individuals on the planet. I love that man and I've never met him, but I've watched him with fans. I've watched him get cornered when he doesn't want to be cornered, and he's never been anything but gracious. I've seen him on several interviews, including Joe Rogan, where he says, "Sir, over and over, which tells me he was raised right and he has respect and he has good ideas. So you just keep posting, dude. And he is a knife guy and he'll like your knife, buddy. And I want us to group up to where we can all become kind of knife buddies with him. Because he's the type guy who'd be into it. He might even be the kind of guy who, when he's home, starts going to live streams. But yeah, I gained the most respect for posting for posting when he did the Nirvana fundraiser during COVID with Travis Barker, and I don't know who his bass player was, but I'd seen him cover Bob Dylan. I'd seen him cover Pearl Jam. I'd seen him cover a lot of stuff. Uh-oh. I have 3 people waiting backstage. Kyle, I don't see anybody backstage. Are they waiting in Friday Night Flicks? They may be in the wrong. Hold on. I don't have anybody waiting backstage. Are you fucking with me, Kyle? Paging Kyle Coonley. Paging Kyle Coonley. I have no one backstage. Let me go to settings. Yeah, because I don't have the green room thing. They just show up. They pop up right down here. Brian, let's look at them. And Kyle Coonley, come back to me and tell me if you were kidding. Because now I'm thinking they may be sitting. Maybe I sent out a Friday Night Flicks link. That's the only thing I can imagine. You posted the StreamYard link. Oh, did I? How did I post the StreamYard link? Y'all come back, man. I'm not scared. Anybody who wants to come on, y'all are welcome to join me. I don't do this for any other reason than to connect with you guys. But I do mute people when they talk over people. And I mute my friends. I have to mute Pocket Metal and Scotch and things because they'll go off on a tangent. And, you know, I must have hit invite and copied. No, I wouldn't have done that. I don't see how I would have posted that. But maybe I did. I mean, guys, I would not wish anybody, I would love to sell tickets, but I would not wish anybody a journey through my brain because it is very, very all over the place, right? So it's not uncommon for me to go present something and turn off my camera. I do that all the time. Neil McKenzie, I do that all the time. What is up, buddy? You need to turn off YouTube. I hear you echoing. Or echoing. I do that all the time. What is up, buddy? You need to turn off YouTube. I hear you echoing. Or I'm echoing. Let's see. See if you've got another window open where you were watching the stream, because you only need to be connected through StreamYard. You're good now.
Okay.
How are you, buddy?
Tired as hell.
Are you tired?
Yeah.
Man, my night times have flipped with my daytimes. So I tend to do most of my filming, my working, my watching TV late at night, and I sleep a few hours here. I call them long naps. Like I'll fall asleep for 3 hours, fall asleep for 3 hours. So my Apple Watch tells you I'm getting quality sleep, but it's just not I need to get flipped back to a normal schedule because I'd love nothing more than to be tired right now. What you playing with? Ooh, is that Italian?
Yep.
Listen to that snap compared to the weakness of this snap. I mean, this I used to think of as a snappy knife, but that knife sounds, I mean, that has got ooh. Look at that. What is the handle material? Is that like an ivory or a abalone?
It's
I'm gonna make you big for a second if that doesn't make you uncomfortable. I just want to see it better because I'm on a laptop.
honey horn.
Honey horn. What is that? Is that a natural
That's
bone?
that's a natural animal horn.
Okay, I got you. Those are beautiful. Are those kind of what you like to collect? I mean, are you into the older classical automatics or just a little of everything?
Just a little of everything, I guess.
I loved those knives when I was younger. I never looked at the original ones, but when we had a store in the mall that I think a lot of us probably got started on when we were kids.
This one's in olive wood.
Ooh, that looks rich for olive wood. That's got a lot of years behind it, doesn't it?
I got these in, I think, 2006.
So yeah, a lot of years. Coming on 20,
Never carried, never used.
but they're just as much fun probably now, if not more so than the day you got them.
Oh, hell yes.
See, that's the point. And I'm not against using knives because I think we all have knives we love using and cutting. But I think it's also a great place to have a knife that you just enjoy fondling, molesting for a better term. Here, I'll make you small. I'll share our screen again. I just want to see that bigger. So, what time zone are you on, Neil?
Arizona time. It is 8:12.
Okay, so Arizona time always confuses me. Did y'all not change time last weekend?
No, we don't.
Okay. Perfect. I mean, y'all have it figured out. I wish you could get everybody else to agree to do the same thing.
And I have the only autographed Clydesdale.
That is a great knife. Luke 10 killed it. Autographed, having it autographed is even better. I gifted mine during a Knives Live only because I didn't carry it. I knew somebody would appreciate it. I wanted to support it, and I love the knife. I mean, does it not have the best action and the best blade balance when you put your hand around it?
Yeah, but I can't use front flippers.
Oh, you can't?
Now, the only one I've been able to use so far is the Momentum.
The one I was talking about earlier that just came for me to check out, this is front flipping is my least popular way of deploying a knife. I hate it. But this little one right here has almost a foolproof front flipper, but it's kind of a top pecker in a way. But it does flip well. But yeah, front flippers to me are always just an accent to a opening hole because that's typically how I prefer to open knives.
All right, back.
No worries. And I think I told you guys that I could not middle finger flip for the first year and a half that I was in the hobby. I would try, and I got to where I could, and I'll probably throw my knife now, but I could front finger flip. On front finger, I could get knives to flick, but I could not get my middle finger to flick it. So Bearded Gear at the time was still producing a lot of content. This was pre-Luft, the Avant, and he did a video on finger flipping a lot of different knives and where to hold them and where to exert your pressure. And all of a sudden something clicked. And this was the first knife in my collection I ever successfully flicked. And from that video, which I'll be happy to share with you guys, I know I've done it on Friday Night Flicks, but it is a great educational resource, which again, something I don't put out enough of unless people get anything out of my disassembly videos. Flicking video, year to year. And what he does is he just very simply goes through all the different ways you'd hold different styles of knives. Not as much. Let me post it right here. right
Carried
here.
my brand new Tenacious for the first time today.
Oh, buddy. What kind of tenacious did you say it was?
Spyderco.
The Spyderco, yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to see the scales. Are those
This standard scales.
yeah, I got you. I got you. Serrated, partially serrated.
Yep.
How do you like that? I love Spyderco serrations, and I'm not typically a serration guy.
It's great.
I like Spydercos.
Loves to eat cardboard.
Oh yeah, I mean, they will eat through rope too, won't they? I mean, you can rip through some serious rope with that.
Another brand new one I got in support of Mrs. Aonen.
Absolutely. Prayers out always. That was, yes, nice. I have, and I need to put my pink G10 scales back on it because I bought this little native about a year and a half ago, and this is the one that they released in S45 with pink G10 scales. And I think 5% of the proceeds went to breast cancer awareness, and it was, it's just a statement piece. So I need to rescale it. I'll do that on the video because I still got them. The trick is, in any time I do a giveaway, except lately because they've been new knives because I've run out of old ones, is finding the damn boxes. I have a closet that I literally need to take all my shells and dump them on my bed when it's made and just try to make sense of the boxes that I still have knives for and try to somehow put them in a I like those collapsible bins Jared was showing. Did anybody see those on his live stream? He had a sponsorship from a company that makes these big, anything from a 55-gallon, Tupperware type thing to one that would hold, 100 albums. So it was a good sized thing that you could put your knife boxes in. But what was great about it is when you weren't using it, you just pulled the handles and you pushed it straight down and it would store flat. It wouldn't be great probably for heavy shit. Howdy, piece of love forever. It probably wouldn't be good for heavy shit because I'm assuming those places that expand, they could pull apart. But for something like knife boxes, I think it would be great. I've got to get some type of way to get them open. I know that, Paul, those Italian switchblades are snappy. Paul Mills, not only was I collecting Kershaws in 2006, I was collecting Kershaws in 1996. And I'm going to show you one. I gave one away on here, an old child, but let me show you one that you guys have probably never seen. Right back, Neil.
No, don't leave me alone.
I've also got, and guys, at some point, maybe I'll do some masochistic 24-hour Knives Live for myself where I just go in 8-hour increments to go through my collection. But this little knife right here is a Kershaw Tin Onion Mini Mojito. So it's one of their first slots or first knives with the speed assist, the assisted that we all hate now. But it's got this little bar pull here. Let me do it under here. I'm going to pull this up for one sec. See that little front ball? You pull that to release the blade. So that external thumb stud locks in right there, but it's got a spring on it. And what's weird is on this little flipper tab, I don't know if you can see, but it's got a little black piece of metal that runs on this side of the flipper tab. See how that's black? And this side's stainless. It sticks up just a hair, the little black part. I can get my fingernail right there. And what that is it's a safety. So you've got to actually push on that little black part And I mean, it just flies open. It's got a recurve. I've sharpened it badly several times, but I haven't been able to get it out of my collection because literally I've had it top up carry only. I've had it for
It's kind of like
1996
it's
or
kind of
97.
it's kind of like a trigger safety on the pew pew.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a Glock trigger safety. It's exactly what it is.
This is
'Cause
my newest Kershaw, but I can't remember the model number.
that's a good looking knife. Full size looking. Oh, yeah. Kershaw stepped up their game. I've seen several new models that are very intriguing. That Iridium's one that I think's been getting great reviews. The little Magna Cut bench matey looking one.
This is a Schrade's Lite. And they call it Slate because it's skinny as hell. No liners, no scales, just the frame.
I like that. Ooh, it snapped. Make that open again. Oh, what a beautiful sound, dude. That's a charade. Is it a US made charade? Not that it matters. Or an
Yes, it is.
overseas.
I got the set.
See, those are again two knives I was not aware about that look fantastic.
The Slite, S-L-Y-T. The Slite, S-L-Y-T-E.
SLYTE. So,
They're normally 70 75 for the set. I found this on eBay for 55.
I'm trying to be in a knife bind freeze, being responsible while I get my new job up and running. It's hard, but so far I've been successful. I guess, what do they say? Necessity kind of dictates all. So it's called what again?
The Slite, S-L-Y-T-E.
SLYTE. I left off the T. SLYTE. Boom. All right. And you said Kershaw or CRKT?
Schrade.
Oh, charade. I'm an idiot. No wonder I couldn't find it. LYTE. Boom. Here it is. So they've got a compact and a slight folder, right? So they're both. Yeah, dude. This is what is it? Just steel frame lock. It looks awesome. I'm gonna share it because I've never considered charade as much. Just because I never see them on the sites I go to, I guess. I only shop a few sites. So that's a small one, right?
Yep.
The compact. And then if I go back here, the folder is 3-inch blade. Does that look right? Or is that even smaller than? So 59 and 49 respectively. I love the blade style. You know what it reminds me of? A Boatwright Blade Works fixed blade. I love that shape. And that sound, Neil, is next level. I mean, that thing clicks locked. Matty, crypto's killing it. You need to think about dumping at some point, unless you're just going to hold forever, because it's not going to stay up there. It may eventually one day go higher, but all the indicators are that at some point it's going to be replaced by another coin. And you're killing it.
Here's a little.
Hold, I agree. Hold and what is it? Hold the dips or buy the dips and sell the tips. What were you saying, Neil? I'm sorry.
Here's a little Jovan history from a few months ago.
Oh yeah, that's the Thin Cut Actium. How do you like that? Isn't there a great detail on that little knife?
Oh yeah, great knife.
It's slicey as it can be. This is one I. Go ahead.
Thanks to Mr. Joe Isabella who won it. He passed it on to me.
DKSFS. Joe Isabella is the man, the myth, of the legend, and he sent me, without me even asking, these little Jason Brown commemorative art pieces. This is B up on this heart. and it's the little Chewy. And then he sent me. I've got one over there because I film with him, but this guy right here is probably my favorite. It just says "Be Up" with the arrow pointing up, and then on the other side, it's got these little dudes with little like wiggling eyes. They got really cool under my black light. But Joe Isabella is the man. He's a DKSFS guy. Beaver Baron, what is up? All right, y'all. Beaver Bear just posted a link. I'm gonna try to copy it, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Let's see if I can go to my regular chat and we'll clip on it. Because if there's a good deal out there, you guys, and if it pulls up as a ooh, I'm gonna share this. I don't know anything about this design, but I trust Beaver Baron, and for $22, that's like what I spent on my Starbucks double shots tonight because I bought 4 of them for tomorrow too. Look at this little slip joint, guys. Was $44. Now it's 22. I love the pull on it. It looks like, is that aluminum? We'll read about it. Let's just look at the different views. Looks very thin and slicey. Now this is centimeters. I can't do, Neil, can you do conversions?
Nope.
You don't know 18 centimeters?
No.
Yeah, I can. We'll figure it out. I can. Hey, sir, what is 18 centimeters? No, hey, Google, what is 18 centimeters?
Just over 3 inches.
Okay, so it's a good size slip joint, a good pocket size. I like that. Let's see. Yeah, close length. Yeah, 3.07 inches. Blade steel is 3CR13, which is not great steel, but it's a slip joint. What are you going to do? I like it. Guys, the only thing I say, I'm just not familiar with this website. I'm sure it's legit, but I don't know if you guys remember about 8 months ago, I woke up one morning and I was searching for a Vox Chillin. I had the nightshade and I wanted to check out a Chillin, but I didn't want to pay $199 for it. So I just searched Vox Chillin to see if any were on sale. And I'm a digital marketing guy, so I know SEO, which is doing legal things because you can't buy AdWords as a knife company, but it's building your website so that Google ranks it high when somebody searches Vox Chillin. Well, this site pulled up that was called voxknife.com, and they had all these Vox knives for $95, like a clearance store, and they had the Chillin for $95. So I bought one, and this is like 6 o'clock in the morning, and it was fishy from the start because the pictures after I bought it. So I tried to call PayPal, but it was too late because they wanted to friends and family it. That's where I should have stopped, but I was still asleep. But got to it, went to buy it. It was some guy's name, and it had to be friends and family. I ordered it. I immediately got an order confirmation for like this multicolored plastic kitchen utensils, right? So I thought maybe they just do that because they're selling them so cheap. Called PayPal, tried to stop it. They were like, no. I was like, well, I want to report the site. Well, I went back to the site and I could tell that every one of their images had that faint B behind it, where they just basically taken Blade HQ's images and built a website. It was up for 2.5 weeks, ranking in the top 5 in Google as a bogus site. And then about a month and a half later, I was watching one of Cole's Sunday mornings and we were looking for knives. He came across the site, totally different knives, all the same. Everything was right under $100. Total scam. We went through it and saw that we were coming to a PayPal. And I had my buddy in Huntsville, my local buddy, send me a link trying to get me to buy a knife that was too good to be true. And it was that same site. The only reason I say that, different maker, he'd search something different because it tailors the website it presents to you with what you search. So just be careful and try to just buy from people you bought from before. I met a new retailer by chance, like 6 months ago, 5 months ago, when I bought my little ProTech PT207 because they had it in stock. I had a customer service issue where I bought it real late at night and I got the smooth, but I wanted the texture. And I sent him an email asking, because I'd been through this so many times with Blade HQ, is there any way I can just pay you the difference and not have to cancel this order and order another one because there were only a few in stock? I got an email back at 9 o'clock the next morning. They were on Eastern time, 1 hour later than me. John, is this the knife you wanted? And they sent me a link of the texture one. I said, yeah, and I'm happy to pay you 30, 40 bucks more, whatever it is, if I could just do it without having to do a restock and a reorder. They were like, John, don't worry about it. We just want to send you the knife you want. Didn't charge me a penny more. It showed up 2 days later. I've got their card right here. I bought, since I went to their site, and I found a G10 Asher Spiro. I used to love Asher, still do, and bought it. And I checked their site. They don't have a ton of inventory, but they do fantastic business. I mean, anybody, I want to say it's called, let me see if I can find it, because I should give them a shout out. It's not River. I've got the card somewhere. I'll find it and I'll share it. I shared it in the video. Let me do this. Let me go to my, y'all talk amongst yourselves for 2 seconds. This won't take me but a sec. I'll find their name and we'll pull them up. Boom. And we're going to look for a ProTech. Is that Italian still firing? That thing sounds intense.
Rat 2 with custom scales.
You know, that's a knife I've got to get, a Rat 1 or a Rat 2. All right. So here is, I'm not going to make y'all watch my video. I'm just going to get to the name of the company so I can pull up their site. God, I run heavy ads. What's the deal with that? I usually don't do that. Must be North River Outdoors. Have y'all heard of them?
Nope.
All right, let me show you something. And again, they don't have the greatest selection, but I had a happen chance to do business with them. And I have not, and they're a small company. Look, they carry TRMs now, but they are some of the finest people. Ooh, how big's that? Oh, Maddie, I don't have $285. Maddie, buy me a knife. But they have good stuff. You know, here's a Microtech for $189. And if it came to you and you had a problem with it, I know for a fact because I reached out and they even sent me a text and then called me. They were like, hey, man, we just want to make sure you're happy. They didn't know I never, ever put my channel. I'm John Evans. All I do is I'm a knife buyer, right? But yeah, they carry Spyderco, Benchmade, Riot. I'd never heard of them. They are located in, but they're good people, Virginia. I'd love to go check out their store. I don't want to, but that's their little shop, which looks really cool. Looks like the kind of store, even though the resolution sucks, it looks like the kind of store I could walk out with a big chunk taken out of my ass.
This is just a preview. Maddie wants me to do a deep dive soon.
I'm sitting here showing y'all a video and I'm not showing you shit. I'm such a terrible live streamer. Kick would have fired me by now, but look how little this store is. Look how cool when I walk into it. That's why I like doing business with them. So that's their little storefront. And they've got backpacks, camping bottles, camping clothes, cool shades, and then knives for days. We'll fast forward here some. Axes, little stuffed fox, fixies. I mean, this is the kind of knife store I wish I had in my neighborhood. But they carry quality stuff. I urge you guys, I have no affiliation with them. to add them to your list. If you're like me and you obsessively go and look at knife sites just to see what's out there, check them out from time to time. I was really surprised to find the Asher on there, the G10 Asher Spiro, which is in 20 CV, so it's an upgraded Asher with the blade hole. Really dug it. Uh-oh. What happened to Crispy? El Cap Addict. Let me go up. I'm missing too much chat.
This is my second favorite buck, the 371 Stockman.
Ooh. That's a full-size knife too, isn't it? Tell you my new fave, which was gifted to me, and I've never been a double blade slip joint guy, but it's this little case, tool steel trapper. That was Jason Brown's knife, one of his knives.
This little Imperial belonged to one of my grandfathers.
Oh, wow, dude. Look at the patina on that. That's just, I mean, they don't make them like that anymore, do they? How many? That's over 100 years old, isn't it? Or
I
close
was told 40s, maybe 30s.
30s? Wow. Beautiful. I was hoping Pocket Metal was going to be able to jump in. I know he's got family in town visiting. I've been bad about when I kind of got into traditionals. I picked up some cases, and then I kind of leaned towards the modern traditionals. I did grab a couple of GECs, and I love them. And today I'm carrying, this is what I've been carrying lately for my slip joint, which you guys will laugh at. But it is a slip joint, and it does come in handy. It's really light. I carry a slip. It's this little Serge Panchenko razor slippy. I've just been carrying it because it's so light.
One of my growing favorites is the Tucson TS27.
Ooh, let me see that. I'm a Tucson. Is that a... Oh, buddy, that's nice. I gave away one. This is a 300 number. I've always been a Tucson collector. I've just been passing it along. I picked this guy up. I just saw it on White Mountain Knives and it looked cool. And check the blade out on this. The detent's insane.
And this is an 8.5-inch knife.
This one's probably 9. It may be 8.5. I think Tucson does some of the coolest stuff. Well, it's right at 8, so yours is bigger. But this one's thick, so it fills your hand, even if you've got a bigger hand. But the action on this, and this somebody won this. I have to look and see. But the action on this guy is sick. Feels good. M390. It was like $160 for all that. Super tall, thin grind, and it's super spicy.
Best Tech Bobcat.
Ooh. Is it your mic that makes everything sound like it's just coming out of a cannon? Your knives are just snappy. That thing is banging.
I have no idea. I'm using the mic on my laptop.
They sound great. That knife sounds great. One of my favorite early knives that I gave to my ex-boyfriend was the Best Tech Texel. Have you ever tried that one?
No.
The Texel, that was one from about 2.5 years ago. I had several Best Techs. Still my favorites are these Tide Knife and Tool Best Techs, the Exploit and the Shodan. And then I even picked up, just because I'm a Tide Knife and Tool design freak, that's just a bigger version of the one I just showed you. And then they've got a pokey stabby one. It's a Slurpee saver. But those are just really cool Best Techs.
Kaiser Beg Leader 2.
Great knife. I've given several of those away. That's one of the best, just all around EDC knives. I like it better than the Elementum. And the one I like the best, because I have small hands, I like the Reverse Tanto Mini. Do you remember that one? That came out that had it was a big lighter, but the front blade was shaped. Let me show it real quick. I'm surprised more of you guys didn't come join us. What I'm going to do sometime soon, I've got a yard set up or a house set up on streaming or Clubhouse. Have y'all ever heard of Clubhouse? It's that audio app where you can sit in a room and a bunch of people can talk instead of type. That's it right there, Neil. It's just got a different blade than the one you got. And I've always liked that blade style for what I use. I'm a very light use guy, you know, opening packages, cutting shit when I watch lives. I don't do a ton of hard work stuff. Like to do more.
Towser K.
I'd love to try one of those. That's great. Have you tried the Towser S? I've heard they're both really good knives. I didn't know the difference in the two. Is that made by Doc? Is that the designer? DOCK? Does it have a design name on the blade? Or is it the guy that did the sheepdog? Hold on, I'm trying to think. I get confused.
It's got a symbol on it, but I can't see it.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, Kaiser, I'm gonna grab a couple real quick over here. Kaisers are some of the best knives. So like I said, I got into Kaisers early on, all about their Vanguard series. Most of those I've given away in Friday Night Flicks, but I've kept several. And these, like when I first started getting into nicer knives, what I do is I would go to Knife Center and I'd look on their sale page. And one of the ones I got that's just a banger is this Matthew Christensen OG Critical. You know, they've made this now in minis.
Now, do the speed holes actually make it faster?
No, it just takes weight out. It's just weight relief. I hate the speed holes. I'm a huge, but I know why they're there. It's just
a dumb joke.
Oh yeah, I know. That's just before they did interior milling. You know, they've come so far in just a few years. But I actually met Matthew Christensen and didn't realize he was such a young man. And then, I don't know if y'all have ever seen this knife.
Good night, Joseph S.
Joseph S., take care, buddy. This is one of the first nice Kaisers I got, and I think it was a Metal Complex or a Nick Shabazz video. This is the Kaiser Clutch. It's a flipper-only knife, but at the time, that's all I used. I mean, it's just as good as anything you'd want for a gentleman's knife. I carry this to the office constantly. Just a winner.
My second favorite knife of all time, the Kershaw Blur.
Oh, I'm missing my Blur. That's a knife that comes from my old collection that I've moved twice. And I know I've got it. I don't have the Tonto. I've got the drop point recurve, the black one. It's a great knife. Absolutely fantastic. And I just learned the other day that this Spiratos has a reversible clip. I did a full review on it and had no idea until I saw Melissa Blackwood's talk about how you push that little. Can you see that little discoloration right there? Where those, so you just, once you take this clip off, you just push through and this little plug comes out. And if you turn it the right way, like it is now, it's actually matching the pattern. So I didn't even see it. I didn't even think it was reversible. But I think this is the Lundquist design. Ooh, is that a
CRKT
M16?
M21.
So the M21, I guess, is bigger than the M16?
Yeah. By quite a bit.
It's got those little serrations, and you probably use your knives, don't you?
The VEF serrations.
Yeah, those things are sick. Do you even have to ever sharpen those, or is that something that never really comes up because they don't dull that quickly?
The first M16 I got years ago was probably about 3 weeks before I put a new edge on it.
Just use a little round ceramic rod when you're doing your serrations, or did you have a different way to do that?
Yep.
Yeah, I've really gotten into using my little, and I've got a nice sharpener, but I've gotten into using my little Work Sharp field sharpener. I'm about to get another one. They're like $34 because I'm starting to really want to do some freehand stuff, and I'm not ready yet to go totally unguided, but I'm starting to get to where I can feel when I have an angle. And I think I'm starting to keep my heel and my tip watching a lot of Jared's videos. I'm starting to enjoy it because for me, sharpening's therapeutic. Whether I'm using my TS Prof, I can sit there and watch a live and just sharpen and be blissful. As blissful as cutting paper.
Here's a rough rider I haven't been able to identify.
They make good knives.
And this one is RIDER, not RYDER.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it you think it's from another company, or do you think it's just from an earlier generation?
Earlier generation.
So are traditionals, are you kind of 50-50, or are you more like, if you looked at your collection, I'd be like, I probably got 10% traditional, 25% fixed blades, and the rest are modern folders.
Mostly modern.
Modern. And I just recently got into the slip joints and was very nervous doing so because they seemed, by comparison, much less expensive than the folders I've been buying. So I was getting stuff like Rough Rider Reserves. I picked up some Case, Lion Steel, more modern folders. I was resistant to Jack Wolf because I thought I would get addicted to them. And I got one. And then I got another one because I really liked them, but I haven't bought no more. I've been very responsible. A lot of people don't like these. Pocket Metal personally hates them. I love that knife. I gifted that to somebody who's no longer in the community. I think he went a little shady. How do you like that? That's the CJRB Tigress. That thing is a chopper and a slicer. To me, it was very slicer. I put a 17-degree edge on it. Oh, is yours real weak, D-Tinny? I like that. Chef Rocky, sure, buddy. Let me, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna drop a link in the chat here. Let me find it. Yeah, we're just goofing off. You're welcome, my friend.
6-leaf SL16.
What was that?
6-leaf SL16.
I've never tried that. Is that the Tucson? Does that have something to do with Tucson? Is that their other brand? That's right.
It's their secondary brand.
Okay, because they look nice, and I've seen some lately that are very, I would say, higher end than the first 6 leaves I would see at White Mountain. That's where I go for a lot of my stuff. I don't know if y'all shop White Mountain. I just like to get my 10% discount, and he carries Tucson's, which I like, even though lately I'll get them and give them away, but I like to experience them because they make some of the coolest knives. Let me share this. Rocky, did you get that before? Rocky, did you get the link before it went away? Tell me, I'll drop it again. Here it is. Oh, you jump up, sucker.
I don't normally follow the crowd and get what everybody else is raving about. But as soon as I saw this one in black and blue denim,
And look, we got new Tucson's, guys.
I had to get one.
Did you get one of these?
Tedious.
All right, here he is. I hear somebody. It is Rocky Cordova, the man, the myth, the legend. Hey, Rocky, let me move my link so you're not blinded. There you are. You're still
Ooh,
under
I
that.
like that one right there in the middle too.
Let
Hey
me
guys,
take
how's it
it
going,
away
man?
too. What's going on, buddy? I'm gonna take away this frame. All right, there we go. And I'm gonna get this off in just a second. I'm just looking at some new Tucson's. This one looks Rioti to me, and it's interesting. I don't like G10, but what do y'all think about that? It's not my jam, but doesn't it look like a Riot?
That yes, it does, but it looks like it would force the blade so much forward. I don't know if I'd like that.
Yeah, it's and again for me, Tucson, they're not all great cutting tools. I like the fact that they do weird shit. And I know that's not good, but I'm a weird dude. This is kind of strange. Not crazy about it, but
Anything green, I like almost.
and this knife right here, guys, I gave one of these away. These are great knives. It's 14. This one's M390. Mine was 14C. It is 115 bucks. Has some of the best action. Deep hollow grind. That's the TS300. That's one I highly recommend. I've never tried this one because I don't like the crystallized pattern.
So, yeah, I like. I don't. You don't like that, huh?
This crystallized, for some reason, it's just not. It doesn't speak to me. Where this
I don't
one,
like it there.
this one really
I don't know if
speaks
there's no
to me.
Epic Snuggle Bunny, but he has this crazy, amazing flashlight that's crystallized rainbow titanium, and it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life.
Now that sounds beautiful.
Speaking of giveaways, by the way, guys, I just gave this to Nerdy Rob's Nerdy Knives. Are you guys familiar with Strop Knives from North Carolina?
Ooh, Stroop. Is it Strop or Stroop? I never know.
Stroop knives, Strop. I don't know.
I think it might be Strop, but that's a great knife. Is it a?
I'm not really terribly familiar. I kind of like someone bought this for me basically, and I literally never carried it. And this is in a TV show, Marines or something, on like I don't know. It's a great knife. I've literally never carried it. I have gotten into little fixed blades because of I'm not going to mention his name, but I have a couple really cool ones, and this one's just a little bit too long to be a little one for me, and I never carry it, so I just gifted it to Rob's Nerdy Knives.
I started carrying my longer ones with an ulti clip in my back right pocket because I'm right-handed, and I don't feel it as much, but I do prefer because I carry them always as an accessory or a enhancement to my regular carry, right?
Yeah, that's how I carry this bad boy.
Ooh, that's your MKM?
Yeah, the mini, and then I have the micro up on my
That's the macro 2 right there, I think.
It's the Divian ST 133.
Ooh.
It's my neck knives.
I love the micro. That thing's perfectly balanced. I can hold either the micro 1 or the micro 2 on my finger, and it will just lay there. Perfectly balanced.
I love this thing.
Yeah, and that's the macro. That one there is great.
Let me move my light real quick.
I don't think I have. I've got my.
I think that's better.
My micros out here.
Maybe not.
Yep, I got this one out here.
I don't know. Anyways,
And I bought I bought the carry kits. Freaking Jack Wolf. Always losing us. But anyways.
What Jack Wolf you got, man?
This one's the low drag, but I've also got a feel good. I just have this one out here. But this little guy, I also ordered. It was expensive. A lot of people thought they were crazy. The carry kit are 35 bucks. But you get the kayak sheath, you get a branded ulti clip, you get 2 leather straps, and you get a leather neck cord. So you do get a lot of stuff, but this little guy right here, whoops. Look at that balance. and it's a Jesper Voxnez, so it's got jimping in the heel, got jimping on the hand. I carry this thing right to the right of my belt buckle. I guess you'd call it appendix. And I've also got the I've got the little 2 too. I love that. And dude, they're such great cutters. And I just
I just got them because I love neck knives and the colors on this one. I love the how it looks like wood, and there's like a blue tint to this one and this one.
And I think if you ever get a wild hair, you can get scales.
Yeah, I don't want to change them. I love these.
No, me neither. I got the same. These are just olive micarta, where I think yours look natural, or yours wood.
No, they're micarta, but they look like wood.
Oh, they're beautiful. They remind me of TRM scales. Like, look.
There you go. You can see it now. But yeah, I love these things. Somehow they always find themselves in my pocket, and I forget they're there until I actually need a knife, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah,
and that's
tiny little neck knife on my neck. I forgot about. What's that one?
I will sometimes carry them on my neck. Usually, I carry it like either in just a little leather slip dropped in my pocket, or in that horizontal holster or sheath, because I've got sheaths for both of them. But I put it on my belt, literally right to the right of my belt buckle. I can carry it to work. You don't even know it's there.
Word.
These little guys, I'll take you to his site in a second. He sells on Etsy. Have y'all ever seen these? Tri-State has a couple too.
Yeah.
These little Amsler tool hurricane ones. This is, just for an everyday carry. If you work and a button-down shirt, you can put this in your shirt pocket just like a pin. And in terms of a box opener, this one's Magna Cut. The other one's S35VN. But these are like little razors. And he just released a new knife.
Crazy, guys.
And these are great neck knives. If you don't want to wear them in your shirt pocket, if you're not carrying that, these are weigh nothing. And then the standard looks the same, but they also make this in a reverse grind, which is more Warncliffy. And the reason he doesn't make a lot, I've talked to him before, he has a full-time job. He's like a lot of these guys that just make,
you missed the spot right there, Rocky. You missed the spot right there.
Let's do this. Let's go Amsler.
What hat is that, by the way?
Mine?
Yeah. The Sasquatch. From where? What I was wondering, because one of my favorite mom and pop places to buy knives is this is their coin I bought from them, and it says, you mess with the Sasquatch, you get the stab squatch.
Rocky, what area of the country are you in? I forget.
I'm in High Point, North Carolina, via Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, beautiful. High Point's a beautiful place.
Baby, North Carolina.
North Carolina rocks. I used to spend a lot of time up there. I actually lived one summer in Mountain Rest, South Carolina, which is nowhere near High Point, but it's where South Carolina, Georgia, and North Carolina touch. It's where the Deliverance was filmed. So it's the South.
That's actually not too far from here at all, actually.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was very rustic, but I think where you are, High Point, I think is beautiful.
I absolutely love it. It's the Gulf state of the country, so I'm in heaven.
That's something I need to get back and do. I've only played.
Is a golf course, and down the street is the 12th hole of frisbee golf.
I love both of them. I used to play a lot of golf, and I quit drinking 8 years ago, and I played once sober about 3 years ago, which was the first time I've ever swung a golf club sober, and I did really well. Can you see that little knife there, guys?
The only good golf is mini golf.
I like disc golf's a lot of fun too, but this is Amsler Tools' latest. He's making 2 sizes of these little guys.
Yeah.
And
super useful for like a bug out bag, or like, because you could put that on the end of a stick and loop twine through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had one of my bracelets, you could use that to make like a spear or something.
Absolutely. And the weight relief
And
from the holes in the logo and the Kydex sheaths are great. So I'm sure it doesn't show a size though. I'm wondering, I'm thinking that these might be very much neck knives.
Yeah,
It's
I have
hard to tell.
neck knives, guys. I have like, I don't even know now. Probably like 18 at least.
Look at those grinds. I just think
Now,
they're cool.
I like
Or,
that grind now, but is that a burn or is that just not treated, or is it treated a different way?
All right, let's go to Etsy.
Rainbow.
Another one of my growing favorites is the off-grid Enforcer.
Let me see that. Hold on.
Enforcer. Ooh.
Ooh, I've never had an off grids, but I like that one. I used to like the Scorpion, and several times I almost bought it.
Look at that action. Holy shit balls. That is like molasses. Hey, how
All
much
right,
vinyl you got back there? Holy shit balls.
Here's
And are those
AMC.
CDs? Neil?
Huh?
Are those
All right,
CDs?
it's here. It's
Are those
here.
what?
Are those CDs behind you? I see a lot of vinyl.
Yeah.
A lot of vinyl.
All right, guys, I'm going to share this real quick because this is where you can buy hurricane razors, and some of them have Damascus. My mini was like 130, and then my standard, I want to say, was like 160. But they've also got these reverse grinds, which, if you can tell, they're kind of done more like a Warncliffe, either a Warncliffe Tanto or just a regular little Warncliffe. But then, as we get into it, we see that he's got these listed up here now. These are Magna Cut. They're called pinions. So it's a little Magna Cut. Let's see what our sizes are.
Pinion, the ones that we were looking at before.
Yeah, I don't know if he knew about that, but he looks like he's calling it a pinion. So the overall length on the full size is 4 5/8, and the small is 3 3/8. So Rocky, that would be an awesome neck knife.
Ferrum Forge Stinger.
One of the best. I've still got my titanium stinger. I gave away my other 2 stingers. I had 2 stingers. Rob's Nerdy Knives, we were talking about you, buddy. How are you? Channel member, welcome. We were just looking at these little fixies. That I've got one coming because I've got his little hurricane razors that I just put back on the other side. But these are tiny little neck knives that are also look like a pry bar on the back side. Look, let's see his hand. Can you see that scale?
Oh yeah, total cool neck knife.
I dig that.
And a strider. Who's carrying my Carta today?
I'm not. We need to do a pocket check though.
I am carrying what little. I'm not really that big of my Carta fan. Some of it I really love, but I'm carrying a couple of my babies. This is one of my all-time babies right here with custom denim scale.
XM18 or is it 24?
24.
Ooh, with the battle bronze. Bowie.
And then my Pina X series.
That's a beauty. Can you get to the fuller? Not that it matters, but can you flick it? Oh, dude. It sounds solid locking up too, doesn't it?
You can even ring fling it if I. Man, not this one. But yeah, easily Spidey, easily thumb. I mean, I'm not.
It feels like it's got a very pleasing flipper.
So many times, not this bone. This is the strongest bone in the body, but of the joint. so it's kind of hard for me sometimes.
I hate
But-
thumb flipping. I can't do it.
Yeah, I literally have arthritis and this. Oh, it's so painful. But that's what
Gerber 06 Auto.
I'm sorry.
Gerber 06 Auto.
Oh, the Gerber. Yeah, that's a piece. That
That's
the
a
auto
great knife. Yeah.
SOS on it or something. There's like Braille on it or something. Is it the right one? I got to put this somewhere else so I can know not to put it away.
So I carried.
Hank? You guys see the Hank I got made
I haven't seen it yet.
by Countess Anna?
Oh, dude, that is my internet freaking crush. I love Hank's Cartel and Countess Anne.
Yeah, she made this for me, dude.
Dude, how'd you get in touch with her? She's awesome. I've got her Hank. It's her signature Hank that's got her holding the two Zivas. I love it, dude.
Yeah, I got not a bunch of them. I got 4 of them, but not that we talk often or anything, but we've chatted a couple times. So I just reached out and she got back to me within 24 hours. The business there is really, really like super helpful, and they wanted to ask a couple questions and reached out to me, and I was more than willing to like get phone calls and whatever. And it ended up being absolutely perfect, and I want to buy more from her.
Yeah, I want to buy more from her too. She's we've just kind of commented on each other's posts, but she actually brought one of the 2 times, and I'm sure it's stolen now, but one of the 2 times my profile was cloned. And the dude had more followers than me, which was crazy. But he was a better marketer, I guess. But I got him shut down, but it was because of her. She posted it on her story and then messaged me. She goes, I know this isn't you. Plus, she's just absolutely gorgeous, and her boyfriend seems really cool. But I carried the Splinter in my back pocket. This is a driver's license.
Her husband?
I think it's her fiance or boyfriend. I don't think she's married.
I thought she was married. Well, you know who he is, right?
No.
He owns what is it? Not Kubi Knives. He owns he's like
Kung Wu?
Yeah, Kung Wu. He's the owner.
Well, he seems like a cool dude, and they seem really happy.
I mean, how cool is it that she sent? Like, she could probably charge more for that just because she's more. I don't want to say more famous or whatever, but she's very more well known than most.
Yes, I mean, she's an influencer in the realest sense of the word.
Yeah,
I mean,
and literally, it was only $30, you guys, and this is one of the higher end Hanks I have, and I have like I don't even know anymore. I've given away so many now. I probably only have like 20 now, but I've had like 40 or 50 in the past.
Yeah, they're great. The Haze Cartel, I think mine's right.
I mean, super soft on this side, a little rough on this side, so you can scuff off some tape and polish it or whatever. It's awesome. Speaking of that, I'm going to do that right now on my XM24 because I carried it all day and used it at work. What was that? CRKB? What is it? CBRJB? What is it?
The Crag. The Crag.
I think I have that one.
Rocky, did you get to tell her the size you wanted?
Yes.
Yeah, because the one I got from her was kind of small. I think it was a standard.
They asked me what material I wanted. They have several different, I guess, on the opposite side.
The Crag top lock.
Yeah, she inspired me to buy this knife.
What's that one?
Zeba S5 custom with the Odin pattern.
You gave me this one.
Look at that backspacer.
Wow.
And then if you flip it over, because it's jeweled, it's just like.
Skulls?
And then if you flip it over, you can see ruins in it.
Oh,
okay. Down at the bottom.
I can't see it, but yeah, I've seen that before. That's awesome.
But that's what she's holding here.
Hello.
Oh yeah, I love this tank, dude. I tag her in it all the time when I post my Z on it.
I forgot the name of this one. but I
How
love
do
it.
you like it? I didn't bring my Lush over here, but I love that knife.
The Lush.
The Lush. Did you like it? Did you try one?
Dude, I have the lava. I absolutely love it. Like, it didn't leave my pocket for like a month, but I haven't ventured out much. My wife has been doing a lot of traveling, so I've been staying home with my pups. But I got the lava one.
I love it. I picked up the Arctic, and then brother JD for EDC had the camo, the one that I tried to get, and he was willing to trade with me. So I ended up with the camo.
I didn't want this one, but it was the only one left, and I'm glad I got it. It's beautiful, and I love it.
And doesn't it fit your hand great? I love the way they deal with forward
I have
choils.
huge mitts, so when I choke up, it fits absolutely perfect in my hand.
Yeah, it's so good. What do you got,
Right
Neil?
where it needs to be. I mean, there's literally nothing I would change except for I wish he would give more
This is
options.
my biggest, cheapest switchblade.
I had that same one.
Dude, that
Yeah.
looks like a Texas toothpick on steroids.
Yeah.
So high quality, it's held together with Phillips head screws.
Yep. I think I bought that from Wish like
Yes.
10 years ago, I think.
Yes.
That's my biggest switchblade. The whiskers too. And I just failed it because I held my finger against the frame instead of the clip.
Oh, is that a Whiskers? Nice.
The whiskers too, which is a little different. I was surprised when I got it. I couldn't open it because the whiskers, you just pivot the bolster, right? The whiskers too, you have to use the heel of your hand and rotate the butt of your hand out. So this part moves here instead of up here.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of it was a learning curve for me. But it's a great knife.
This is my biggest one.
Jesus.
That is honking. Which one's that? Is that a cold steel or not?
Yeah, the Luzon.
The Luzon? My biggest, I've got a buddy that's checking it out. It's my Tianto, my Titanio PMP, which is available for any of y'all who are dumb enough to buy it like I was. But I've got a Cold Steel 4Max with the Sawtooth regrind, which is sick.
There's mine.
Ooh, that's the Mayhem, right?
Yes, sir.
Check this guy out. Can you see the grind on that?
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, it's a regrind.
Watch this.
What?
Sawtooth grind. Sawtooth Dave did the regrind on this and my
Dave.
80. It is so thin behind the edge, it's sick. And he made it look factory. I mean, if you look at the plunge line that he created and you look at the compound grind on the tip, it is perfect. And it's just like, you don't even hear it go through paper. I couldn't imagine jabbing it in somebody's head. I like that too. Is that a Forrest Hank?
Yep.
He kills it. He did me some Hanks and did a great job. I need to get some more. I need to get something sold.
Excuse me, sir.
I replaced the first knife I ever bought when I was 15 or 16.
That's a good one. Is that a K-bar?
Will.
Tiger Wolf.
Tiger Wolf. Yeah, that looks like a good fixie. My favorite fixie currently is this Mag 10 Knife Works EDW. This is a
Here's
thin
my first
little
fixie.
piercer. Ooh. What is that? What'd you call it? Oh, Rambo 3. Dude. That's sick. You're going to make me pull out my joke knife that my buddy sent me.
You can't see it, whatever. This is my first fixed blade.
Look at this long motherfucker.
Whoa. That's a crazy blade.
Yeah, it's a silver stag. A buddy of mine.
Oh, that was a good old Jim Frost. I had one that looked like just like that one.
Yeah, this is the big Bowie. He sent it to me because he said I needed a big boy knife when he was watching all my small knife videos.
This is my soon-to-be project.
Nice. You have a wheel and stuff set up?
No. But this is so I'm supposed to learn how to use some of my father-in-law's tools. So I'm gonna strip off the wood and make my own handle, and it's gonna be my first kind of like project.
Are you going to keep the basic shape, or are you going to do anything unique to it? Are you going to cut
I'm
it
not gonna
down?
change anything except for the handle.
Dude, that's going to be fun. Shit, that'll be a lot of fun, especially if you have access to the tools.
And
What was that, Neil?
I'm making full grind.
I thought it was a Phoenix. I just heard it close and saw it.
Oh, Satisfaction. I'm not. I like that a lot. I'm not sure if that's on my list though.
Which one's that?
The Phoenix, right?
I had a Phoenix and loved it. I gifted it out to a brother. I'm still waiting for my OG scales for my 8015. Ordered them about 60 days ago. No fault of theirs. They just ran out of the mounting screws and they're waiting for them to come back in. But I look forward to modding that. Ooh, is that the new one? The replacement? That was a tragic story, but did it work out for the best now that you got that in your hand? Not really, because of the stress you went through.
I literally cried. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I literally cried.
I would have driven to Philadelphia or Pennsylvania, and I would have walked into Kevin's door and I'd knocked on it and I said, "What the fuck were you thinking sending my knife in a bag?"
In a bag, dude. He apologized profusely. He took care of
And he's a great guy, and he never would ever, intentionally do anything crazy. It's just the way I look at it. It's
But it worked out because not only did I get the upgrade, but I also got the Magna Cut.
it's such a wonderful knife. There's no other like it.
Especially this one, it's one of one because it's green. Anyways, it was the worst thing to happen to me in my knife life, yet turned around to be one of the best. So,
And that happens sometimes.
How weird knife life can be, like in what other industry does someone just send you a $450 knife and just be like, what the fuck? Just how did what? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's
all the time.
It's amazing because people don't want. I don't have the blacked out one, Rob. I've got the OG with it's got the black scales. So it's got black scales, so it'll be black and titanium when I put the tie scales on it.
That's an interesting handle.
Is that what's that, Neil?
Sativian ST147.
I've got a tiny screen. When I see you guys, it's just my eyes are bad. Did y'all see this stuff? Ooh, the
Clydesdale.
I love that knife.
I got those.
One Moon.
What's up, One Moon? So this is that Max Ace Neptune. It was $108.
Oh yeah, the OTFs, yeah. How
And
did
mine got stuck in customs, but it came today, and I haven't done a lot of cutting, but to see how long the edge lasts, because it's got a weird steel. It's got a kitchen steel. But check this out. It's
What are you
something
using to
magic.
sharpen- Jesus Lord.
Huh?
What are you using to sharpen your shit?
This is factory. I use
That
either
was
my
factory.
yeah, that was factory, and the 80 or the Max was a Satu regrind. It doesn't even have an edge on it yet. That's just the grind.
Yes. Rocky Road?
You guys.
Let me show y'all what the steel is and tell me if y'all have heard about it. Because I did some research on it and learned a little bit about it. It sounds like a often used kitchen steel. It's kind of like a shielded or clad, kind of like ZDP is. It's called SLD Magic. Have y'all heard of that?
No.
Let me tell you about it. I'd never heard of it either.
Neil. That reminds me of my favorite Hanks. Have you seen my favorite Hanks?
Baseballs.
I'm surrounded by assholes.
Evil will always win because good is dumb.
That's good.
And then this one.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Is that One Moon too?
No, it's Sharif.
Oh, Sharif Magana Steel. That's what it is.
So
That's
this
awesome.
is what that shit allegedly is.
That's the knife that's next on my list. I think is the Magana Steel. What's that one? Anybody?
The Kalimano.
Kaimano.
Oh, yeah.
So it's definitely a budget steel.
Yeah, my internet's awesome. I'm doing it through my all-in-one. I would usually do it through my phone, but my phone was running low, and this is only 720, I think, and my phone is fucking 24 712 or some shit. So yeah, I'm going through my all-in-one. So sometimes I just prefer to click away, you know.
Absolutely. Knife Nuts. It just kissed you. That means it's a keeper forever. That's a great sticker.
That's one of the ones I need. I don't think I have that one. I don't think I have a Satisfaction.
I got to show y'all a video I shared with Satisfaction and Stevie.
I have a couple of Chevron.
I'll probably get flagged for it, but I don't care. It's worth it. I'm going to show it to y'all.
Oh, by the way, did you guys hear that they nailed the burglar?
Oh, did they get him?
Yep, they got him.
Did they recover any of the customs?
I don't know yet. I'm assuming they did because the guy that they busted is a total fucking moron. So
like a druggie just looking for
no, I think he is just a little bit of a shut-in maybe, and he spent too much time in his mom's basement.
I gotcha. And he saw an opportunity or thought was an opportunity, and it was easier for him to take somebody else's than get his own.
Yes. Yeah. And apparently he hit a couple places around there. And also, I saw that one. And also, I think he tried to hit Blade Runner HQ 2 or 3 times. And they had a suspect. You know how it is. Oh, the cops aren't doing anything. And then all of a sudden, they're like raiding his house.
Well, hey, that's hopefully getting intelligence doing what they need to do. Check this kid out. And you have to read. I don't know if y'all can see what's under his name. Let your inner child out, Stevie.
Fuck. This is a fuck show. Fuck. This is the land of fuck. Fuck. Dirty fuck. Asshole. Bye, bitches. Asshole.
Asshole. Bye, bitches. Asshole. I thought that was funny. I sent it to Maddie and Stevie, hoping they could somehow use it in their thumbnail. A young Stevie cutting his teeth. Ooh, the Godfather. Or is that the Godfather little baby?
Godson.
The Godson with the upgrades.
Yeah.
Great sticker or patch.
Straight in the pooper with no loop. Hi, guys. I have a whole clan in here almost. I'm just missing one kitty. I
Yeah, my
have 3
kitty
dogs
came
in
in
here and 1 cat.
and protested and then went back to her room.
That is a great idea, sir.
So I did not ask you guys what everybody was carrying. Palmer, that's funny. Somebody said the guy was a meth head and lived like 300.
Was that one of those aquas? Aquafinas?
Falomo VDC.
Anyways, I don't know if anybody's interested, but trade or sale.
That's a great knife, guys.
For its size, 800 lumens, high power.
800. That's nice, dude. For that little guy. That's crazy.
You want to see something totally crazy?
I
Have
mean,
y'all ever
if I need a little more power.
have y'all ever seen one of these? I've got a big one and a little one. This is an LEP from Meritech. County-Com. It's a laser emitted projector. Look at the throw on this.
I thought my Baton 3 was big, you guys. Jesus Lord.
Gerber Recon Mark II.
What do you want? Just stay in here, you suckers. My favorite's in my bag and my work clothes. It's the little AV whatever with the black light and stuff, but I prefer not to get stuck in that loop or that rabbit hole. So I have a thrower and a flood. That's it.
The Gerber Recon has green for night vision.
Yeah, see, I love that, but I don't know,
Light.
dude. I already spent fucking
And red for
20.
nighttime map reading.
140 or something.
Those are cool. I've wanted a multicolor light. I can't make myself jump into them too deep. I've got so many good little ones like Olites and little what are these little guys called? These
What, this one?
little cone. These little guys, I forget what they're called.
Don't
I've
be
got
jelly.
I've got different sizes of these. The little push button and they light up. And then I've got
We had one of those in elementary school.
Where is it?
Rovivons. That's what they are.
Rovivon.
My favorite flashlight is the Ultrafire
Here's some I don't show off.
WF502B. Simple, on, off. That's it.
Anybody?
Is it a pen?
This is a Wii pen.
I like it. Does the cap come off? Yeah. Very nice.
It's awesome. You keep this in your keychain and you have this. I used to keep this on my work, ID lanyard thing. But I don't work there anymore, thank God. So now it's just chilling in my desk. You can't really see the purple blurple, but it's awesome.
Smallest Rough Rider 3-blade.
My plug-out pouch. What's that one?
Smallest Rough Rider 3-blade.
Rough Rider. I got an old school one here. I love my numbered ones, and this is number 112.
And which one is that?
Camabara.
I like that. I've never seen one of those before.
It's a push button Protec.
There's so many knives that are just out of my. That's just awesome. I mean, there's so many good old knives that we get caught up in the new stuff.
Yeah, exactly. This knife is freaking older than some of my coworkers at work. This one's like 20. I think this is 22 years old. I think, and I
Did
have
you
like
put
one.
that clip on it?
I don't know. PR2 number 112. I don't know. Carbon fiber button right there.
Hey guys,
that-
can y'all hold
yeah.
the fort down for 5 minutes while I feed the cat? If I
Oh,
leave
yeah.
y'all here,
What's that one, Neil?
I'll be right.
Microtech copy.
That's a Microtech. Holy shit.
Copy.
Guys.
It's a copy.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, you
But
can kind of hear it a little bit.
It's a very solid build for a cheap copy.
I was gonna say, sitting right next to me, just happens to be my one and only. No, actually, I have two Protech or Microtech, but this is my one and only Microtech that I own now, and it's one of my all-time favorite flippers, thumb flippers.
Okay, Rocky, did you see what I started off with?
Not. Oh wow! Is that the old? What are they called? I just had it. Stiletto, right?
Yep. Made in Italy.
There it is. Watch out. It has a lock on it. Watch out. Look at that blade. MOVPLA plastic. Woo! Holy shit, that was long. That's what she said. This actually works. Nice. All right, what else do I got? Where is my baby Protech? I can't find my baby Protech, but I do have my godson, one of one titanium pocket clip, and I don't even know what this is. Raindrop? It was replaced. They emailed me and said, "Hey, can we replace that herringbone Damascus?" And I'm like, "Please, it's the ugliest shit I've ever seen in my life." So Derek, thank you, Derek, replaced it for me, and I'm almost like I'm basically afraid to carry it now, because I don't know if you heard before, but when I opened it up one time, it flipped open and broke right here and flipped into a ranch dip at a Super Bowl party. And I have pictures of it, and the customer service was so amazing. It was back in my hands within a month. Changed the pocket clip for me, no charge. Changed the Damascus for me, and sent me a Protect coin. I was blown away. I was so happy for that.
Rigid Jersey prototype.
Ooh, I was gonna say it looks like a. Ooh, that sounds nice. Both on the D10 too. Holy cow! I guess I'll wait till Jovan gets back. I'm empty. Bing. So you tell me, where is that? Just a hat you bought, or is that someone? Is it a company?
That's just a hat I bought.
I like it.
Temu.
I might. Oh, really?
Yep.
I might like hats a little bit if you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy that one. Is that just blue and black, or is that a?
Thin blue line commemorative.
Ah, that's what it's supposed to be. Thin blue line. Gotcha. I have mine. I got Oh, I like that one. Mine I got kind of as X-Files. I wanted to get mine as a kind of commemorative, but excuse me. I'm neglecting the chat. Sorry. Bacon. I love it. SMKW is exclusive.
Buck 110, 50th anniversary.
Bacon. But it's bacon. That Buck 110?
50th anniversary. And I'm alone again. Hey, everybody.
Buck 110. Here it is. Humble. Check out the carry. I love the carry. The Penix carry.
Oh, is that the auto? Oh, that is my grail.
Limited edition micarta scales numbered 187 out of 250. Where's the numbers? Oh, other side.
That is my grail.
Yeah, when I found this one, I jumped all over it. You'll never even guess how much this one would cost me, dude. $200. $200. Micarta burlap. I fucking love this thing. Dude.
Is that a Buck Auto?
Yeah. He's got a badass commemorative. And then when I found this one, dude, it was only $200, man. 187 out of 250.
Holy shit! I gotta.
How could I say no, dude? You got to be kidding me. The sheath almost. This custom sheath, almost cost more than the Buck, dude.
Rocky.
That thing's badass, dude.
When I was married about 15 years ago, my wife's still in the car business, but they had a car come in that was a rental, and this was under the seat. So they kept it there for like a month to see if the owner would come back for it, and they didn't. And she brought this home, which I'm guessing is the 70s, 80s.
They're so beautiful. It doesn't even matter what year, if it's auto or. I don't really like some of the autos. I like mine because it's a little bit more old school with new school. It kind of still does, looks like wood almost,
Right.
I've had a 110 since elementary school.
I had one forever. But it's such a good knife. Yeah, it's not perfectly centered, but there's no wobble in the blade.
I found the cardboard for you, Javon.
Oh, is that yeah, Hank's Cartel. Yeah, I'm definitely following them. They're doing some pry bars now too. Have you seen the prize?
I have not, but everything about the packaging, their mailing. I mean, granted, it took forever because it's from fucking Botswana, but
is it Botswana or Serbia? I never know where.
It's Serbia.
So is that considered Russia? I always worried about her and them, and if they were in.
It's on the outskirts near Yugoslavia or some shit.
So they're kind of independent right now.
Yeah, some shit. I need to get a drink now that you're back.
Go ahead. I'm pulling up.
Yeah, is that the Day of the Dead? What is it called again?
Yep.
Day of the Morta. Oh.
I'm going to show Rocky when he gets back. These are. She has some of the sexiest hanks too. But these are her standard hanks. I don't know if y'all seen Candace Ann, but I'm trying to get to her pry bars. Hold on. Right here. Here's one. That's a smaller one, but she does different sizes too. It's not about the destination, it's all about the trip. I think that's cool little. But yeah, she does some very interesting stuff. And just for context on who this creator is, he is my internet crush. Pocket Metal would have already put me in timeout. Cigar smoking, whiskey sipping, Serbian hottie. Where's her man? Let me see. Anyways, that's Hank's Cartel's CEO, Vixen. Who's just fierce. And she's a legit knife chick. She was a Michael Zeba model, but she was a knife chick before she was a knife model. Todd, that's true. Palmer, she is real, my friend. I have talked with her. Now, she's not, she's 34. She's not anywhere near available. But if you ever guys, like, stop seeing my videos and I disappear, check her posts. Because I might fucking run away to Serbia if I ever had the chance. I did that, Rob. Have you seen my video? It really works great. I've got a video I put up last week where I took my aluminum Ramlock stitch and put skiffs in it, and it went together great. There was no issues. The Ramlock stays in place. It didn't go flying.
Check that out, Rob.
Let me drop you a link, Rob. Go stitch. Skiff. Enter. Microtech.
Rocky, one of my grandfathers carried this Imperial when he was young.
Hey,
I like the
Rob.
shield. That's crazy. Is that bone?
That I don't know.
Rob, if you run into anything, here's my video.
1930s, maybe 1940s.
Palmer, I love CPM 154 too. Todd Clark, if I didn't have a passport and she said, John, I need you here, I would climb up in that fucking somebody's landing gear on a plane, and I would just wrap myself in the most warm clothes, and I would hope I didn't get crushed by the landing gear. I would find a way. Mark, it did. I mean, my skiffs, itch. It
That's
just
great.
gives more balls for it to roll on. Whoops. I've still got my pivot a little tight. Hold on.
This is one of my garage sale finds for $10.
Is that a
Leatherman.
scale tool?
Nope. It is the Leatherman Mutt EOD.
Let's see if I still got. Yeah, let's see what we got now.
I think that's better, yeah.
This little spike is made for making holes in
Oh,
Leather?
for fuses.
Oh, cool. Yeah, skips work great for me on everything. I've had a couple of situations where I've gone to the compatibility chart
how's that look?
and didn't. I couldn't get them to work right. So what I did,
Ooh, that's working, I think. You can see colors.
is I invested in one of these. This little cheat sheet.
Oh, yeah.
Have y'all ever used these? I didn't know how to use it when I saw it, but once I got it, you just take your bearing out of your existing knife, and you see.
I've never switched anything out, so I don't really need it.
If you ever did, what you do is you just take your existing bearing, so you don't know what it is, let's say, and you slide it through one of those horizontal slots. And like chances are it wouldn't go through this one, but it would slide through this one, and it'd be real loose going through this one. So you'd know it was this height. And then you take the round thing and you stick your pivot through it. And it'll fit one of these holes tightly. And that's where you know your pivot size. Then you order your skiffs based on those two measurements, and they replace your bearings. And I found some interesting stuff out, just like with my McNeese when I switched it out. And I'm trying to think of the other knife. It was a really nice knife, but when I opened it up, the bearings that were in this knife were about a 1/16 of an inch less diameter than the cutout in the frame for the bearings. So they fit the pivot fine, but there was room for a wider bearing in there because of the way that the milling was done. And the skiffs actually filled that out. So you find things like that. And Shane had the same problem with his American Blade Works. When he took it apart, he learned that the bearings were smaller in diameter than the cutout was. I said, Shane, on the compatibility chart, you ought to order some skiffs and just see. I bet you they'll be the right diameter. And I don't think he ever did, because you don't need to. That's slick. That looks like it hadn't been sharpened.
People are changing out for skiffs. And a lot of stuff doesn't really need it. But man, when it's needed, it's so needed. It's so beautiful. Let me grab it real quick. So this is one of the prime examples of anything on earth of how amazing they can be, right? Look at this bad boy right here, this big bitch right here, right? What is it?
The Hoback.
Hoback, thank you. The Hoback, but this has skiffs in it, dude. Check out the action. It's so ridiculous. Are you kidding me?
It's great. And the thing about skiffs that I learned, when they take a little time to break in. So a lot of times they won't automatically bend, looser. But what I noticed they do, let's say you have a bearing and you take it out and it might have 11 balls in it. You're replacing it with a skiff with 16 balls in it. So you're giving yourself more surface area in my English psychology thought process. So it's going to ride more true. And then when they break in, because they don't need oil, I oil them because I'm an idiot. They're ceramic bearings, so they will only get smoother.
Yeah, this thing is, I had one as a trade bait and it worked, but this one I couldn't get rid of because the owner I got it from put the skiffs in it, and it's just, the action is so smooth and buttery, and
Rob,
I want to get it anodized somehow, but I'm not sure really how yet.
when I got to use Lord Needham's Rosie, he had skiffs in it, but I did put skiffs in my mini areas, and it's just as good and just I love it. And I put skiffs in.
What's that little guy?
Ooh, that's that little Masalong, isn't it?
The mighty massive schlong.
How do you? That is a very economical little knife, and I've heard good things. Maddie really liked it.
No, it's D2 and TC4. Frame lock.
I like you. But skiffs have always been fun for me because I like to just see if I can do it. But sometimes they're too thick. Sometimes I order the wrong. I've had that happen. And right now I've got some 6mm 1/16 that I've got to find something to put them in. And then I need to order some more. I go through so many damn skiffs.
That was a little off. I was looking at it. I was like, oh.
What'd you do? Get a little tweak?
Loosened up a little. Yep. There we go. Woo! This thing, dude, I'm telling you, so bad. And the action's still amazing.
Rob, I've done that a couple of times where I've gotten knives on the secondary and I've gone to put skiffs in them. And one of my mashes.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
What is technically, what do we call, or what do we consider secondary?
I've purchased it for somebody else. So when I opened it,
Of the original proprietor, or
right, I traded this knife to someone who bought it from TC Dawn or whatever, TC Price, and I went to put skiffs in it and already had them in it, so they'd already skiffed it up, and I didn't know.
Word.
So when I said I didn't buy it because most of my knives, I'd say 95% of them I buy new. I trade knives occasionally.
I want to trade anything I have almost for a Rosie XL. I am so not impressed with the Rosie because I have huge mitts and it's just a puny little knife and it's so thin and there's no ergonomics at all. I don't get it, but I do want a Rosie XL. So if anybody has one or knows one,
well, when are they going to start bringing those into regular Sunday drops? Because I know it's frustrating, but I've heard from very reliable sources, and I've tried to tell my buddy A to Z this because he's been burned twice. The third time's the charm. It always seems like there's never going to be enough knives to go around, and they go so quick. But I've heard people on their third or fourth try score them. So if they ever get to where they're dropping 10, 20, 30 a week, I would definitely go
never give up on drops. Never ever give up.
That is true, Maddie. But what's weird, and I did this in my Spyderco video, my favorite Spyderco knife, the way I carry it, that's an awesome knife, is a Spyderco Paramilitary 2, which is a big knife for my hand. So when I first got my first Paramilitary 2, I was early in collecting, and I thought, well, I need a pair of 3 because I've got a smaller hand. It's one of the first knives I sold. For some reason, it did not feel anywhere close to no try. Was 4 for 4 on Rosie drops today. You just got to go after it.
I want a power too.
I love it.
I only have one Spyderco now. I traded my Spidey Chef to Duty's knives. So I only have the itchy now.
I love that. Does that ever give your finger when it's sweaty a pain in the ass? Sometimes when my finger's sweaty, I love that knife. That's what I use to kind of.
Dude, how do you sweat that?
Well, I've got some weird hand perspiration. Like I took that as an office knife. So if it was cold in my office and I kind of had a chilly sweat, it would be harder for me to do it.
Gotcha.
But that knife, have you ever used an Apache case to store your knives in that come with the press foam that's all solid that you can pull and pluck?
I have a fake, what is it called?
The Apache. That's what I've got. I've got 4 of them. And I use that knife instead of just plucking and pulling, I would go in down there and just cut my foam, and it would come out so clean. And then what I did is I would take my 2 foam inserts once they were cut out, and I'd lay them on newspaper outside, and I'd get a can of plastic dip. You know, that black plastic dip? You can get it at a hardware store. The cans are for dunking like a wrench handle in, but the spray just sprays like a foam plastic on it. So what it did is it made my fucking whole foam very, very stiff.
You had a lot of doodads.
Rob, it's all what people's hands like. You know, it's weird, and I don't know. I'm still convinced that maybe the Pair 2 was my first above $100 knife, and maybe something just mentally clicked where I loved it, and I didn't get the Pair 3 till months and months and months and months later. XL looks a little big to me, but that's just because the Rosie was perfect for me. I actually liked it better than the Arius, even though the Arius I think is probably more refined. The Rosie just struck me as a.
That's in
banger.
my pocket. Look at my shirt.
Queen egg. That's a beauty, dude. That's a full size, right?
Of course.
It was just a tiny bit big for me to carry. I borrowed my buddy's A to Z's and fell in love with the knife. And when the Mini came out, it was a little smaller than I thought it'd be. I wish it had been maybe a half-inch longer, but it's a great knife.
That's what I'm carrying. You have to carry it if you're wearing the shirt.
And when I've noticed when I take like my
Oh, you guys. One of my all-time favorites. Whew.
what's that? Ooh,
D-Rocket. I love how the pocket clip matches the blade.
I love the CNC grind on the blade. I love that milled blade. Dude, that's sick. I like a lot of his designs. I thought most of them were automatic or kind of weird opening. I've never
Yeah.
seen one of the first.
This one is numbered 35 out of 100, and it's my favorite steel M390.
That's beautiful, dude. Is that a production or a custom?
I guess semi-custom, right? Because there's only 100.
Or a mid-tech, something, yeah, something.
But I mean, the thinness. I love this part.
The jimping on the handle looks next level. Is it an integral?
No, but you see the little V?
Yeah, it fits right in there,
It's-
centered perfectly.
Look at and you can tell it's like center cut. Like,
That's the one thing about my, and it's, well, Brian Needham, Lord Needham sold it to me, is my Voodoo. You know, it has that V, and it doesn't bother me. But if you can see it,
yeah,
it
that
is
little notch right there.
RCA, that drive a lot of people nuts. Luckily, I don't have that part of OCD. So has everybody got a big week? El Cap Addict,
I
the North.
actually had to go to the doctor. I have a sty, and it was so bad I couldn't sleep. I had to go to the doctor. It was like I woke up. It looked like I got hit by Mike Tyson. I was like, I'm fine. No, maybe I should go to
I'm
the doctor.
trying to remember when I was a kid. I remember my mom put a hot rag on my face to draw it out or something. Does it get to a
it's just
point where
a
it's like a boil? Does it get like a boil where it almost has to be?
It's just a pimple. Yeah, it's just a pimple on like the eyelash.
Dude, I
happened to be underneath though. That's why it was so bad.
I still got a scar on my neck, but I had a little like zit on my neck when this has been 30 years ago. And I thought, well, I'll get this stuff. It was called salve or something, drawing salve. And I thought maybe it would help it out. And I put it on. I woke up the next morning. I had a goddamn golf ball growing out of my neck. It was like 200 degrees. It was hot. So I went to the emergency care clinic, and it was a boil. And I didn't know how all that worked. But it's basically, they not only had to expel all the shit that was in it, they had to pack gauze down in the cavity because it was, I don't know how that shit happens. But
Yeah, I don't get it myself, but
Just an
apparently there's a CRKT that's like modeled after this or the same designer or something. I don't know,
well, that
but
blade looks like all of his blades always seem to have that shape. Ooh. Which one's that? Is that a Washburn?
hello.
Ibanez.
Ibanez? I've got a Paul Reed Smith right over there, and I've got a Guild acoustic right there. That was my addiction before I got into Nas.
It's gorgeous. All right, I gotta go. I gotta wake up early and have live with Doom. So
Hey, well, hopefully I'll be up early enough to catch you guys. I try to. Usually I'm trying to answer emails, and then I come over and I watch, but I don't chat because I always feel like today when I was driving home and I jumped in Rob's chat, I had to do a group hello, and I can't even look down because I always want to try to at least acknowledge everybody. And when I'm driving, it
use
sucks.
voice dictation.
But I have to be looking at to see who's chatting, you know. And when I'm driving, I've got them my little holder. Now I'm just listening to it. Have a good night, buddy. Thanks for joining us tonight, buddy. Anytime you want to come up and jump, just jump.
I will let you know, brother. I appreciate the invitation. And I'll talk to you guys later. Love to you and yours.
Love to you, buddy. Have a great night.
Too late.
Paul, it was a wild deal, dude. I mean, because when I woke up, I was like, what the fuck? And I'll this isn't I probably shouldn't tell this joke. I'll get struck down, but I'll tell it sometime. It's not a joke. It's just something funny that happened to me when I was in my crazy times. And I thought I was about to have an organ failure. And let's just say I forgot to unsheath something before I passed out. Does that give anybody a cadence to what might have happened? I got up in the middle of the night. I was half drunk. I waddled to the bathroom and I started peeing. I was like, oh, that feels so good. But I never heard it hit water. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I felt in my hands what I thought was my penis getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? And about that time, boom, a condom blew up and piss went all over me. I'd fallen asleep. I'd passed out with the fucking condom on. And then woke up to pee and thought literally that I was about to blow my thing apart because it wasn't hitting the water. I didn't know what was happening. I'm peeing and there's nothing hitting the toilet and I just feel it getting bigger and bigger. And then I just got woken up by hot piss hitting me after it just couldn't take it anymore. It was horrible. Satisfaction. I was just talking about one of my childhood absolute nightmares. I don't know how we went from boils on the neck to just horrible, crazy shit happening. But yeah, I did. I waterboarded myself. And what's funny is, as horrific as it was, I had such relief that that's what it was, that I wasn't getting ready to bleed out in my roommate's bathroom floor. Yeah, life will throw you curveballs sometimes. That was definitely a curveball. What kind of music do you like, Neil? All kinds?
Primarily classic rock, 60s, 70s, and 80s.
I love playing Allman Brothers. I'm a big Deadhead, which a lot of people don't like.
Lots of punk, some thrash, jazz, 80s new wave.
That's true. Drink water. I had another night when we were out. We went to school at Auburn, and we lived in a town called Lochapoka, about 8 miles out. Me and 3 of my fraternity brothers. And I had a buddy, I won't name him, but we'd gotten real twisted one night. And I woke up about 3 o'clock in the morning, and he's standing in my closet. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he's just standing there. And then he turns and walks out. And I'm like, well, that's fucking weird. Next morning, I got up, and he had fucking peed in my closet. Just like on my shoes, like he was just standing there peeing. He didn't know he was in my closet. I had my alarm go off one morning. I was so twisted that I took the light bulb out of my desk lamp and threw it against the wall and broke it, trying to get the alarm to go off. Palmer, it wouldn't have been as bad if it was me pissing in. Ovation. I love those guitars. Free entertainment, guys. Yeah, that's what I do when I'm not watching YouTube drama videos or making night videos. I'll pluck guitar. I'm trying to bring in revenue. Not by playing guitar, by working. Palmer, mine was a celebrity. It was my first acoustic. And
Celebrity. Celebrity.
That's exactly the one I had. I put what was the pickup you could put it under the bridge? You could get them installed. Fishman. Was it Fishman? It was just a little bar that would plug in, and you could then plug it. You could amp it.
A piezo pickup.
Yeah, but it would plug into the pickup. But I had to put a little contraption under the saddle so that it would, because it didn't come with a pickup built into it. I had to add it. I think it was just a Fishman pickup because it didn't have control or anything. You just stuck it under the bridge and wired it to an input.
It's called a piezo pickup.
Yep. Les Paul, dude. That's the version ES22 I've got. Ooh. Just like a Les Paul.
Yeah, it's a copy.
It's beautiful.
One of the better ones.
I've got a Strat Plus too, an 87 Strat Plus, just because it fit my body better. I like to sit down when I practice, and I can't get a Les Paul to balance right without strapping it.
I have a micro Strat.
Les Pauls to me play, and I love the way my Paul Reed Smith plays. It plays more like an acoustic, where my Strat seems too noodly, too spaghetti.
Yeah, I have a micro Strat and a Strat acoustic.
Yeah, I played my Strat when I was in bands. That's all I played. Dude, but it's a Midnight Wine.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, Midnight Wine with the locking neck. Let's see if it's in tune. Yeah, it stays in tune great. It's got Fishman lace pickups, which aren't my favorites, but I haven't upgraded them because it's an original. And these, they didn't make a lot of them. The ones that have that rolling locking neck. That's part of that Strat Plus series.
We need to get Maddie in here with his BC Rich.
Dude, we can crank it up. I've got about 8 amps. I've got
Hey, Maddie.
this is my baby right here. I've screwed that up. That's my guild.
Okay, our first song is going to be the Knife Collector Blues.
We'll write it in D. Dude, I need to get back to spending more time on music because when I was playing back in college is when I really started. I didn't start as a kid. So I never took lessons. I had a Mel Bay chord book and a buddy, my buddy in Jackson, Tennessee, and we just kind of taught each other to play and started gigging and went from there. And now, or when I moved back to Jackson and we started playing again, the internet was brand new. And now I've got an app on my phone called Guitar Tabs, and I can pull anything. I mean, I can go to the internet and watch anybody play anything. So the ability to learn and advance now is so much easier than it ever was that I really need to spend more time playing because it's something I want to get better at. I always have wanted to get better at it because I enjoy it. Craig, I wish I could play percussion. That's one thing I cannot do. I have no rhythm. But have y'all seen Amelia? What's his name? Let me see if I can find him. I sent my mom his. Have you guys seen this dude? This is the best drummer on the planet right now. I'm convinced. Hold on, let me find it. All right, here he is. Let me pull his page up. Esperato. All right, have y'all followed this guy yet? If y'all are like drummers. Have y'all seen this guy? All right, I'm gonna find a song and play it, and I'll probably get striked. But let me find something he does cool. All he does is cool, but where's the 8 rays? Let's see. What's this? Let's see. I don't like that song, but this guy, he can do some tricks that are out of the world. Watch this.
Hey guys, welcome to the Moises Challenge Slipknot edition. I need you to figure out the song that I'm playing, and in order to do that, I'm going to separate all the instruments using Moises, and then I will slowly add all of them except the drums.
That's heavy. Hold on, let me find something more contemporary. Because this guy can play shit. All right, so this is the proof. Here we go.
One of the most asked questions on my channel is, what do you actually practice? What do you struggle with? When it comes down to practice, I try to prioritize creativity. So let me show you some patterns that I came up with this morning for you to understand this whole idea. Let's go.
All right, I'm not going to bore y'all with that, but I'm going to put this link in the chat because if you guys have any musical inclination, this is guy who you definitely want on your feed because he is the shit. I mean, I think he's the best drummer on the planet that I've heard. And I can't pronounce his name, but it's El Esperado. He'll do stuff like he'll play, and I'm not a Rammstein fan, but he'll play some heavy. He is playing in a band, Todd. They just started a band, and I'm not crazy about it because it's all originals. He got a bunch of great musicians together, but he will do shit like he'll take one hand and he's playing the whole intro of a song like Hot for Teacher with one hand while he's drinking coffee. So he's drinking coffee, his body's moving, puts his coffee cup down. He never stops drumming. He lights a left-handed cigarette and keeps playing with one hand, puts down the cigarette, hits his stick on his drum, it comes up and flips, and then his video's over. I mean, the dude is freaking next level. It's literally, it's sick. He is so good. And again, I'm not a drummer guy because I can't do it, but I can appreciate it. So I'm a big fan of trying to watch him do his thing because he is definitely good at it. So this is watch this. Watch these. Okay. I just want you to see how he ends. Watch his little drum trick at the end. Yep, y'all follow him. I'm telling you, he's the man. Does see Zach Stuff come in here? Zach Stuff, how are you? He gifted a membership. Zach, you are too much, buddy. Let's see who's the new member. Good to see you, Zach. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I got to open that. Whoops, I missed it. There it is.
Zach Stuff, how you doing?
The man, the myth, the legend. Gifted a membership, and the recipient was Drink Water. Congratulations, Drink Water. Pay attention Friday night, brother. So, guys, how are y'all making it? It's about after 12. We've gone a little over 3 hours. I'm thinking we might need to shut her down. Well, Craig, that's great, dude. I play now more for myself than I played when I was practicing. So it's something you can always do. And you can always join back up with people and jam. That's what's fun. What's up, Level On Up? Welcome, buddy. It's one of those things kind of like golf. If you don't throw your back out or get arthritis, you can do it forever. Are you guys familiar with Billy Strings? Give me a yay or a nay in the comments. Ooh, that's nice. Is that an Alayan?
Nope, rake.
Oh, a rake. Billy Strings is probably one of the best guitarists on the planet right now, if y'all haven't heard of him. I have to do my due diligence and show him to you. As I get. All right, so we'll play a song that I'll get copyright struck for, but it's worth it. Because this is a cover, whoops, that is not bluegrass. Ooh, Drink Water gifted a membership. You guys are too kind. So tell me what y'all think of this. It's a Halloween show. They don't always dress like that. Well, that's him kind of rocking, right? But he also does bluegrass stuff, which is equally impressive. Let's see if I can find a song that's different, that's unique. Here's a weird one you don't always hear. This is a cover. That's just nutshell, but that doesn't show his prowess. Let me get him leading out something that's just sick. And then we'll be done with this. I'm not going to be able to find a quick jammer of this. Is it. Y'all have heard Bob Dylan, Don't Think Twice.
Well, there ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. And there ain't no use.
Anyway, he's so good. Don't want to get struck, but if I do, I do. That's Billy Strings. Y'all check him out. He is the man. I saw him in concert a couple times. Beaver Baron, thank you, buddy. I need to see. You guys are too much. I appreciate each and every one of y'all that just come in and hang out with me. I think that's awesome. I appreciate it. And we're gonna have a blast Friday night. I'm gonna get some stuff together, trying to have a special guest on that we haven't met before, that is kind of a knife maker who I am. Look up Mini Kiss. Is it a knife, Manny, or am I going to pull up something that's going to get me kicked off YouTube?
Mini Kiss is a Kiss cover band made up of midgets.
Oh, yes, I have seen them. Here we go. Absolutely. I love Mini Kiss. Let's go to them. Hold on. And there's a Mini Sabbath, too, isn't there? Or are they the same band? They just cover. Yeah, these guys are great. The little Peter Chris makes me laugh. Hold on, here they are.
Well, if you want a Black Sabbath cover band, you need to look up Max Sabbath.
Right up, baby. What's great, and I'm not height shaming them, but they've got 8-inch shoes and they're still like under 4 feet. That's wild. Let me see if I can find Mini Sabbath.
Mac Sabbath.
Is that the little guys?
No.
I'm gonna go to Mac Sabbath there a second. I'm trying to find the little Mini Sabbath guys. Let's see if I can find this guy. Here he is. Oh, this is just the lead singer. I can't do that one because that's America's Got Talent. Let me find these. What are they called? Because I'm not seeing my Mini Sabbath.
Mac Sabbath.
Mac.
As in McDonald's.
Got it. Ooh, they got the McDonald's thing going.
They cover Black Sabbath. They cover Black Sabbath songs with fast food.
With fast food lyrics?
Yeah.
They're good.
Even Ozzy loves them.
Yeah, they just showed their video that I didn't play that Ozzy talked about them.
After classes, no more went with poor rim glasses. Our times of quick fun lunches. Sit right down for Ronald's lunches.
Y'all go check out Mac Sabbath. I gotta save them. I'm gonna show y'all one more if I can find it. This is my buddy A to Z, who is my knife buddy, but he's also in this band. And this is a weird band. Check this guy out. They're called the Beastie Boys. They play Beastie Boy covers, but they're freaking good. All right, kids, I love you all. Neil, I'm glad you joined me, buddy. Anytime. I'm going to ask you guys to look out for the guy or gal to your left. Look out for the guy or gal to your other left. Look out for each other, guys. Be kind. Go forward. Much love in your heart as you can muster, and choose debate over hate. I love
See you.
y'all. I'll see y'all Friday night. Neil, see you Friday, brother.